Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we are playing episode 2 of LV-832 Alien RPG from Free League. I am Pete and I am Mother.
And if he's turned on the microphone and you can hear me, I am Ben. And I will be playing Engels, the scientist who is here to look at petrochemicals and minerals.
Hi, I'm Roger and I'm playing Shepard, the ex-Marine medic.
Howdy, guys. I'm Mac and I'm playing the pilot.
I'm Simon. I'm playing Marshall Rose.
And I'm Mark. I'm playing Holder. I'm the company agent, and I'm here to represent the company's interests.
Cool, excellent. Hello again, and we are back with another episode. We had a lot of fun last time, and before we get into our recap, we have just a few announcements as usual. We are Twitch affiliates, so please don't forget, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch subscription a month. And if you want to come and use that with Garbler Games, that'd be awesome. If you support the channel, we thank you. We thank those of you who are already subscribed. This is a show of science fiction horror, which involves some violence, depictions thereof, body modification, and generally terrible, nasty alien things tearing people apart. So if any of those things upset you, then please go and watch one of our other shows on YouTube or stick with us and see if my entertaining group of players can get you through it.
After the Pilgrim is very wholesome.
It is very wholesome. That's our Pathfinder 2E show that goes on Tuesdays. There are moments in Alien when player agency is removed through the mechanics, and that's something I remind my players of and our viewers every episode. There are times when you will panic and shit yourself, and then I will take over your character, and that is part of the mechanic of Aliens. Right, don't forget to check out all our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Insta, all of those things. If you are watching us on Twitch, there are buttons in the About that will take you straight to those places. And if you're watching back on YouTube later, there's a load of stuff in the video description, including a link to our Discord, where we've got over 200 community members getting in on all kinds of activities. There's a mapping competition. We're about to kick off a writing competition for drive-through RPG voucher rewards for our winners, and we've got games going on there, voice games, video games, and all kinds of stuff. Ben's about to start a Mutant Year Zero game, and we're going to have the Ark, which is kind of like the Fallout Vault style setup there for everyone to sort of participate in on the Discord. So there's loads of cool stuff going on there, so check that out. You'll see some maps that we use tonight for the colony and for the planet of LV-832. All the maps we use in our shows we give away to our patrons, so check out our Patreon as well, and if you are kind enough to support us, thank you very much. You make all of this possible. All the kit and equipment and software and all the things we use to make the show is down to awesome patrons. Thank you very much. You are fantastic. Okay, right, so recap. What happened last time on LV-832? Ben, do you want to start us off and see if other people can chip in to see?
Yeah,
see
sure.
Give me a break from talking.
It's not so difficult to recall. I think if we remember, we came out of cryo sleep and it was quite cold, so we put on some clothes. They had very bad coffee, but we had some of this bad coffee, but not enough, although some people had plenty of coffee and they were quite wired. And then Mac took us down to the planet with cheering and howling and wearing sunglasses. We arrive on the planet, and then a chap whose name I forget, he was a nice chap, took us through the gate, and we met a nice lady who was in charge.
Lise.
And she gave us pass cards so that we could go around places. And then we watched some Marines running around, and it was odd because they were running on shale, which was quite loose ground, which made it quite dangerous for them to run. There was some other thing in the background as well. I'm not sure what it was. I couldn't quite make it out. Something alive had ripped open a tent. That was exciting.
Yep.
And then we lost the picture. So I went to the comms room to fix it.
Yep, you went to the comms room, which was a bit of a walk away. And while you were gone, the Marines were attacked by something.
Oh,
that you
they were?
No,
Just
no.
They were
Of
slaughtered.
course, you didn't know. No, you say that like
They
I'm
were
accusing
ripped
you of
limb from
something.
limb.
No, I saw when I got to the rooms that from the computer that they were being attacked and chased, and
Yes.
the chief Marine fellow, he was shouting and running.
McCabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was an attack on them by an unknown creature. Although you had been told that there are these kind of large, sort of halfway between a warthog and a crocodile crod
That's
creatures.
crods.
Yes.
But
They're
they don't
very
grow that big, is
imaginative
what we
people
were
on this
told.
mission. Sorry?
They don't grow that big, is what we were told.
Well, you're not sure. And while that was going on, there was a scream from another area that Shepard heard. And sorry, I'm just seeing a few people in the chat talking about the quality of the stream. Quality is garbage for me, but I'm tethered onto my mobile at a caravan park at the moment, so I'm not expecting much really. Someone said, oh, the picture quality is low, but then said, oh, forget it's okay now. If you're watching, please let us know how the picture quality is doing. My computer seems to be doing something interesting. It's trying to open. I've just done a Windows update. Sorry. Here we go. That might be why there's
All of a
something.
talk.
Here we
Damn
go.
those Windows updates.
Come on, go away.
Just
Yeah.
download yourself a bit of extra RAM off the internet.
Here we go. Right, okay, there, that's gone. That's gone. Something was popping up and annoying me. Right. So while that was going on, you had heard a commotion going on, and Ralston, the doctor, had been stabbed, and Cobb, who was the gentleman that met you on the landing pad, was looking after him. And you had surmised that. Where are we? Was it Dale?
Shepard stabilized.
Yeah, I think it was Dale, wasn't it?
That sounds good.
I think it was Dale.
Are we talking about the crazy stabbing?
Oh no,
person?
Ross. I think it was Ross. Sorry, Ross.
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah,
That
Ross.
sounds better.
Sorry, I've got a whole list of like colony members, and I just need to remember to make a note. Here we go. Come on. My computer's having a bit of a hard time. Apologies. Anyway, let's continue. So, Ross had stabbed the doctor, and you were suddenly going across the colony. Let's bring the colony up so everyone can see it on Roll20. Here we go. Yep, that's working. Excellent.
Oh, that's right. I was watching the cameras in Lab 1 and 2.
Yeah. Now, what we have here is I actually have tokens for people. So where are we? Here we go. We need to they're a bit small. We may be able to see them. Here we go. We've got a scientist, a medic, and a pilot. So this is the colony. Have I moved you guys over to that page? Yeah, you're on that page. That's good. And you were in an area over here, upstairs, when we've got the upper floor down here in the ops center, but the doctor was stabbed and in medical, and Shepard had been in there, and then Rose ran across to the other side. While this was all going on, the Marines were getting closer. They got attacked. Slowly, they were getting picked off, and there was an approaching storm which was interfering with their communication. So it was all getting kind of scrabbly. Engels was doing his best to clear it up and get a bit more visibility for a while, and you kind of saw McCabe running away from the area towards the vehicle they had gone in. to get out of there, and he was kind of game over, man, and kind of screaming and shouting. And as that was going on, Rose had gone over to the other side and quite cleverly arranged a setup with the airlocks, because if we remember, everybody, the atmosphere on LV-832 is in the last stages of being processed, and there's a nearby large atmospheric processing plant where there's a technical team doing a diagnostic checkup, and the environment outside, you can last for about 10 minutes before you'll suffocate and pass out, which, as I said at the beginning of last week, everybody write that down. And Rose went in and closed off all of the doors apart from the one to the outside, exposing the area sort of north of the ping to the atmosphere. And rather than suffocate, the person inside decided to charge at the marshal. And we had our first taste of combat. Yep. And you were lucky that you got to go first.
Yeah.
And you dropped him. You did such a good roll that he dropped the knife and he fell over, and you kind of went over and using your handcuffs secured Ross. Well, what you believe. And what you saw was he had been cutting the skin off of his face, his lips, effectively, so that he had like exposed gnashy teeth, reminiscent of I don't know what. And
Branson?
you
The Bee
then
Gees.
yeah you then saw that most of the Marines were dead. McCabe's connection cut, like from the storm kind of cut, rather than he died. And you were left in a situation where you didn't know what was going on with the Marines, and we are with Rose as you have handcuffed this person, I believe about here. So,
yeah, at the end, basically the door between lab 1 and lab 2.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you name Rose. Show nameplate, control by. There you go. So that's Rose. This. Should have done this earlier, really. But unfortunately, life is such with work and small children that time is. Oh, I forgot to turn your nameplate on.
It can't be any worse than my battle mat from Tuesday.
That was old school. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Who's this? I've forgotten which one that is. Let me zoom in a bit so I can see their faces. Oh, that's the company agent. So that is Holder. Here we go. Mark is Holder. So you should be able to control your icon, your token, Simon, Ben, Roger, I'm just sorting yours out. Mark, you can control yours.
I think Holder is still in the.
Yeah, so if you want to move it to the right area on the map.
Yeah, Holder's still.
Okay, got me.
Right, Roger, you can do yours now. Oh, I need to turn your nameplate on.
Oh, do you want me to change colour from green so that I don't interfere with the map?
No, that's fine. That's fine. And last but not least, we have show nameplate, and we have Mac, and that is controlled by Daniel P. There you go. So you can now all control your characters. Now, so there was the shepherd, and you'd gone back to the office, hadn't you? So if you want to move yourself to were you upstairs in the ops center? Shepherd and Holder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So take yourselves to the lower map. We've got two levels. And Rose, you're over.
Between them.
Sorry.
We just drag between the.
Yeah, you can just drag it all the way down. It's fine. Just zoom out and drag it. Yeah. So Rose, we're over with you, and you are. There's a thin sheen of sweat upon your brow, only barely perceptible by onlookers, because you are an experienced combat veteran and Blade Runner, And however, you have come to this strange world, and this lab 1 is unfinished. And as I said last week, there are kind of exposed wall panels with wiring and ducting in there, and there's plastic sheeting sort of hanging up where they've kind of brought in prefab units and not taken it off and that kind of thing. And it was through one of these sheets that this figure had charged at you, and it's kind of still got most of this plastic sheeting kind of wrapped around him with kind of blood. Mainly, it looks like his own blood. But he has this, if you remember, kind of kitchen knife, not like a combat knife or anything. But he's kind of whimpering on the floor. You seriously hurt him, which seems to have knocked the wind out of him. And he is collapsed on the floor.
So what I'll do is I'm going to walk back through the door of Lab 2 into the corridor. So I'm going to come back into the breathable air. Essentially, I'll leave him handcuffed to a railing.
Okay.
And
you're going to leave him in there?
Yeah, I'll just leave him cuffed up. I'll walk back in. I'll get on my radio, contact the op room, and speak to Lees.
Okay. Well, you comm the op center, and Shepard, Holder, and Mac. You're all in there, standing fairly near the intercom. And Lees is kind of.
She's in the med bay.
She's come up from the med bay, and she's like, I've got one of the others to look after the doctor. I need to. She's saying I need to help we need to get a grip of this situation and what's going on. And as she says that, Rose, what do you say through the intercom?
Okay, so this guy is acting like some kind of cult member. He's having delusions, but it's not necessarily just going to be inside his head. So we need to do a few things. I need to know who he hangs around with, who he works with. I need to know what locations he's visited in this area, on the base, to see if he's got anything stashed. And we need to interview basically the people he works with. And has he been outside anywhere? Has he been anywhere?
Hang on. Who are you talking about? Lees comes on the comm team. Ross, hang on. Where are you? What's going on?
I'm over in the Lab 2.
Okay. Where's Ross?
Ross is in Lab 2.
Okay. Is he? What is he? You've got him. What's going? And you see her go over to there's the big bank of screens that we were talking about last time, where you can kind of see what's going on. Engels, you can see from where you are, after you've been kind of messing about with some of the kit in the comm relay. You've switched to the camera that shows a nice angle of the action, and you've seen Rose take shoot and all that kind of stuff. You guys are all standing there, and she walks over and she says, "That's not Ross. That's Dale."
That's Dale. Okay, so
they're in the same tech team. Them and Dimalanta went out to survey site 10, I think, recently. That was the last trip out. After that was like the last trip by anyone. Well, then we saw UPP, and all the stuff blew over, and we just kind of like locked everyone down and kept them within, like a 10-mile radius, just so we can maintain some surveying, and we're not wasting our time here. But there's plenty to do building the colony, as you can see. But anyway, that's
okay. So let's assume all three of those people are potentially very dangerous at this time.
Oh, well,
this guy's crazy. This guy has like cut half his face off. He is like.
And she's kind of squinting at the screen because these are like 1980s big CRT monitor type things, and they're not like 1080p and all that kind of thing. And she's kind of squinting at it, and she's like, "Oh God, yeah, it looks like something weird has happened to it. Is he? He's not bleeding out, is he?"
He's an attempted murderer. on
Okay,
a colony
Okay,
of 20 people,
sh-
the sentence is pretty much.
oh, I didn't realise that it got that bad. Yeah, that
You'll be unconscious in about 3 minutes,
okay. Well, let me
and then he'll
let
be
me
safe to
think.
transport.
Hang on. I'm sorry. This is all a bit crazy. Let me think. They went out in the rover, and she kind of looks up from the monitors in front of the rest of you in the op center, and she kind of points at if you remember, there was a big rover parked by the fuel depot. And she kind of points out to it, like reassuring herself that it's there. Yep, went out in the rover. Um, uh, you know, just when we saw them come over, they came back. There, I mean, look, Ross and Dale have always been sort of a bit to themselves. Some of the guys. I mean, who wants to come and build a shitty colony on a rainy world on the edge of space? I mean, but I know that they were doing some work in Lab 4, and they had I think all three of them were in the same lab, same living quarters block. Although I don't know how much time they spent over there. I think they spent, sorry, Lab 4 is down here. I think they spent more time in the lab. I think Cobb was talking about some people were finding that the living quarters was too far to go back. There's so much work to do that they were just like bunking down in the labs. There is a lot of work to do. None of the labs are fully finished. That's one of the reasons you guys are here, to bring more people down and help out. So, you can check in the survey offices. There'll be a log of the equipment. It's all tagged, and they check in and out, and someone's watching the gate, etc. So there should be a log of
Okay. Have you got any cameras? Have you got any cameras on Lab 3 and 4 at the moment?
I can have a look. She kind of cycles.
You have a look and get back to me, and I'll
Sure.
And I'll go finish off dealing with Rose, dealing with
yeah.
Dale.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to need to take a very brief pause because I have left the rulebook in my house and I'm in the shed. So I'm going to have to run to the house very quickly, I've realized. So bear with us for 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Rookie streamer, come on. Why don't we have Holder, Shepherd, and Mac having a chat about the goings on in the ops center while I'm gone?
Oh, we've got to try and entertain the public now. Great, excellent.
I'm impressed he's left us unsupervised, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows what we can say right now?
We could do anything.
I feel sorry for the people who are currently watching us, because.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll just I'll fill in what Holder was doing, because while the events of towards the end of the last episode were unfolding, Holder was basically hiding in the ops center, refusing to participate in any of the shenanigans that were going on, and was in communication with the company. The details of that conversation are probably, it's not something that he would share with the
classified.
Yeah, kind of
betraying everyone.
Yeah.
I'm working to ensure the security of company assets.
So betraying everyone. I saw a documentary about it. The company agent's always the bad guy.
I suppose it depends on to what extent you consider yourself a company asset.
Oh, I don't consider myself a company asset, but the company probably considers me a company asset.
Wow. We'll see.
An expendable one, knowing the company.
Ooh, you never know.
Yeah, I'm very expendable, I find.
Hello.
Super expendable.
Sorry about that.
There's good news and there's bad news, Pete.
Oh, okay. What's the?
We're going to have to shut the whole channel down, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
You left us unsupervised.
Yeah.
We can take the blame for none of it.
Police
That's
Forever
true.
1974 said, "Can we hear some Bjørn Felle music in the break?" No.
No, because unfortunately we now have to shut the whole channel down.
Yeah.
Mark said so.
What
Okay.
a lovely thing for someone to ask, though.
It is. It is
Really nice.
So I've also realised that I forgot to go over supply situation before we started, and there was one other thing that I forgot to add.
Oh, we got some sound.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I can't
Just-
anymore.
Yeah.
Very light.
I don't want it too loud. You see.
Okay.
I just want it like in the background. Viewers, can you hear the background music that I've added? You'll like this one. It's called Outpost 31, which is a good name. It's not Alien, but it's the thing, so it'll do. Okay.
Kind of disturbing.
It's a good heartbeat there, isn't it? I like that. Right, so supply. I just wanted to go over supply quickly with everyone. Sorry, but I thought that was a good break there. So, supply, which consumables. You track each of your 4 supply consumables on your character sheet. Regular intervals, depending on, where, if you need to, you'll make supply rolls. And roll a number of stress dice equal to your supply stat for that particular consumable. And if you roll a face hugger, that's the word I was looking for, on any of those dice, you lose that many supply. I forgot to say it's that many. So if you roll 3 face huggers on your 3 dice on your supply of 3, then suddenly there's a hole in your air canister and all the air's gone out of it. So I'll tell you for the 4 consumables. Sorry, viewers, this is information for you guys, but also for the players, because if you remember, this is the first time this mini campaign is the first time we've played Alien RPG on the channel. So for air, if you need to, you roll every turn, and after every strenuous activity like combat or a mobility roll. So if you go outside and you then need to have an air supply, you all have a breather. Your breather has an air supply of 3. Yep, for a gas for an air canister. So what will happen is every turn, which is every minute, you will roll 3 dice, and if you get a face hugger, then it goes down to 2, and then after another minute you roll again.
Oh, is it every minute?
A turn is around, I believe, is around a minute. I will double
Ooh.
check that.
In which case, I can definitely get rid of more stress from people.
Yeah. Water is once per day, and after every strenuous activity like combat or a mobility roll, which is things like climbing over things and running really fast. You exert yourself, you get dehydrated. Food, you roll once per day. And then power is situational depending on the gear used. So we talked a little bit about this before. Yeah, so radios have power. So your radios will have a power of 3. And any other devices that you have, such as your motion sensor or your P-TAD or whatever it's called, angles, they will have a power of 4. Okay, and we're going to make some supply rolls because we've been using for everything we've been using. So radios, and Ben, I think you've been using some of your gear, haven't you?
We've not used the radios yet.
No, actually, and I've not been using my radio either because I've been using the comm station.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
Rose then is the only
I've
one.
used radio.
Yeah, you've used your radio.
Have you? I thought you were using the one in the thing
aren't-
because I've only just picked
I've
up
just
radio.
used
There
my
aren't.
radio now.
Yeah, there aren't intercoms everywhere.
I've just used my radio now.
Yeah, so we'll do it as a roll. You pick up a radio, it may have Duff batteries in it, for example. So if you do put in your power 3 and then click on it.
And just click power, can't
Yep. Here we go. Okay, no face huggers, so your battery's okay. It looks like it's a fairly fresh one, so that's good. Also encumbrance. You are able to carry a number of regular items equal to twice your strength. If you carry over that, then you are encumbered up to 4 times your strength you can carry up to, at which point you can't really move. Every time, if you are over encumbered, so over twice your strength, you have to make a mobility roll every time you want to run or crawl. Obviously then, if you make a mobility roll, you then have to make a water supply roll. So it all starts to add up.
We're so needy, aren't we?
Yes. You all have a food and water supply of 3 each. I'm assuming that you've got some power bars and energy drinks or water in canteen, Shepherd, for example. You know, you've all filled up at the water fountain that was in the first episode. I will flag these things without being like supply stuff, so you know, consider that. Your food, for encumbrance, your supplies of food and water count as 1 item each. So your food and water count as 2 items. So if your strength is 3, you can carry up to 6 without being encumbered. 2 of those are your food and water. If you have a pistol, it is a half item, unless you have one of the big 6-shooter like Mac has. That's takes up 1 item. The Magnum takes up a full regular item. The other pistol takes up a half. Rifles and such take up 1. Smart guns take up 3. All that, you know, and all the way in between. Trackers take up 1. Medkits take up 1. So you can quite quickly become encumbered.
So does everything else take up 1? So like a radio?
Radio takes up, radio is a small item. You can just clip that on your belt, so that's a tiny item, so it doesn't
Breather?
really...
Or is that counted?
Breather counts as 1, because it's got a...
Right.
If you imagine, you know, in Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo's kind of thing with a big thing on his belt, it's that kind of setup.
Air canister.
Yeah, it's the air canister that's going to be... So,
binoculars?
an air canister on its own is half. A breather with air canister is 1, so a breather is half. Binoculars, I believe, are half. I will get to the equipment section and just check.
Because mobility is about to become an issue.
Binocular is a half.
Right, that's okay then.
Yep. The M314 motion tracker, which is, I believe, is the one you've got, Shepherd, is 1. Yep.
Oh, the PDAT.
The
Zeeks and PDAT.
Zeeks and PDAT. Where are we? What section am I looking for with that one? Is that communications?
Data and scanning device.
Data and half.
Okay, I'm alright then.
Coordinate info for field teams. Yes. So, Lee says to you, well, we've got all got IFF transponders implanted, as is standard protocol. Any of you who are down to stay in the colony will also have an IFF transponder implanted in your body. Much like in Aliens, when all of their, you know, they saw them all underneath the aliens had clustered them all under, and they headed over there because they saw their
cooling towers.
Under the cooling towers, exactly. So
Pete's audio gone weird for anyone else?
Yeah.
My
I think he's just about to. Pete, you got some signal problem.
Have I? Let me
Your
try.
image has frozen. He is.
Yeah, and your audio went a bit weird.
Oh, there we
Is that
go. I
better?
think you might have caught up.
I've turned the music off.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Pete's exploded.
Can you hear me? Hello?
The xenomorph's got him.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Can
can.
hear you.
I think
but
it
you're-
sounds all right. Your video's freezing though.
Okay. Right. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pete,
we
we can
can-
hear you, mate.
you can hear me.
Sounds like he can't hear us.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
Let's carry on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cool.
Just not moving.
It looks all right from my perspective, but maybe it's just Zoom giving you some trouble. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. Okay, here we go. So she says, "Oh, we can check to see where they are, and track them that way. They're probably over in Lab 4, but and you're not far from there." She says to Rose.
4. Yeah, check where they are, because that means they're right behind me.
Yeah, the
They're
stream's
right behind
starting
you.
to lag now, Pete.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, Pete's audio is just squiff.
it's lagging. Okay. What's going on?
The evil Gilmore's got the right of it. They cut the power? How could they cut the power, man? They're animals.
Other power to Pete.
Looks like Pete rolled many face huggers on his power roll.
Oh, no.
Okay, what's going on? Okay. We are having some trouble. Oh dear. Okay, so bear with us a while we get our Zoom going again. Zoom has crashed, unfortunately. Hello, we're back from our short technical break. Viewers, please let us know if you can see us all okay. Apologies, my Zoom decided to reboot. I think 9:45 must be when everyone in the UK jumps on Zoom for their virtual pub meetings. It seems to happen to our Zoom every now and then. Okay, anyway, where were we?
Roger was just about to get eaten by the alien.
Oh, yes. Please Forever 1974 said, Pete, maybe you should upgrade your Commodore 64 to an Amiga 500. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I've been.
That's what you get for loving your retrofuturism so
I
much.
know. I'm trying to buy into it. Okay. Anyway, we were looking at our map. There we go. Oh, that's weird. Right, everyone's good. Okay.
So where we were was that Lee's was just about to try and find if the Ross and the other guy were in lab 3 and 4.
So
This is where we got to.
She's watching the monitors and she turns to Holder, Shepard, and Mac and says, she kind of gestures at the screens that are on the other side of the banker screen she's looking at. She says, if one of you guys can go and check that's the just over there. There's the tracking system. I'll keep an eye on the cameras.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I'm just trying to bring up Lab 4, she says. Okay, Shepard.
Am I still on comms?
You
Because
are
then
on
I
comms.
can
Yep.
give her a hand there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still in the comm room if you need a hand with anything.
Oh, she looks like surprised and clicks the. Oh yes, Engels, wasn't it?
Yeah,
sorry.
that's right.
There's been a lot
Hello.
going on today. Oh God, what's happening to this mission? Right, yeah. Can you get Lab 4 up for me, please?
For sure, yeah.
Okay, let's have a Comtech roll.
Can I try that as well, given I'm also on the thing?
Well, Shepard, you go round to the other side and you can see.
Still at +2.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
still at
already there.
+2.
Is it?
You're there on the transponder tracking system. Whoa!
So you want lab 4, do you?
Got a feeling he might have done it.
Well, yeah. What I was going to say is
Comes
you're
through
going
in
to
HD resolution.
you're going to a different system, Shepard. So you're going to the one that shows on a colony map the transponders of where everyone
okay.
is. So bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to get the skill up because you got a really good roll, so you can get some extra Comtech. For each extra success rolled, beyond the first, choose one stunt. Gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll related to this one. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. You do it quickly in half the time it would normally take. You get new or unexpected information, GM's choice. You hide your tracks. You show off.
Can I get video and audio? So there's like one extra success. Double quick time and not have to worry about accessing the internal security systems again, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it would be for this activity. So accessing the cameras in Lab 4.
Okay.
You wouldn't need to roll to do again if someone tried to stop you. Maybe we could extend it to the cameras. I think you're getting used to the cameras now, so I think you're like playing around with them enough that you're getting getting the hang of them. It's not super complicated. When you first switch to Lab 4, there seems to be something wrong with the feed, as if there's some sort of electrical interference, and it is immensely covered in static, as if something is deliberately interfering. This looks like some sort of crude jamming of a signal, like something you could attach to the wires coming away from somewhere, which would mean power would still be going to it and it wouldn't look like it's been interrupted, but any signals going back might be, futzed with. You assume something that like technicians would be able to work up from simple bits of gear that they might have. But you manage to break through that. And you bring up The
Yeah, you
one
just need to pulse electrical systems, and it burns it out.
oh, okay.
Can't handle the fluctuating.
Is that what that
voltage.
static was a moment ago?
Yeah. Looks like they've tried to hide whatever they're up to down there. It's an old trick. I know some of my grad students used to do the same thing.
Okay. She sort of laughs nervously, not sure what you're talking about, as she looks at the screen, and you can see Holder and Mac. Where are you standing? Are you standing behind near Lee's, or are you standing near Shepherd?
I'm currently sitting down with my feet up on the table.
Okay, right, you're still there. Holder,
Yeah, Mac's just like chilling
okay.
out.
Okay, Holder, what are you doing?
I'm still sitting at a terminal, wherever that would be in relation to everything else.
Okay. Right. So you're near. You can sort of see Lee's then, rather than what Shepherd's doing. Shepherd, when you go around to the other side, you can see the transponder signal for, a load of people in the colony, and you can see two transponder signals in Lab 4.
Do they have like idents or anything?
Yes, they do. As you kind of go over and sort of tap in, one of them says power technician second class Dimolanta, and the other says mining technician second class third. Sorry, let me get this the right way around. Second class Ross.
Yeah, confirmed. Both their transponders are in Lab 4.
As he says that, the screen appears for you, Engels and Lees, and you can see a body on the floor of Lab 4. And there seems you've managed to access one of the cameras and break through. I mean, if you hadn't done such a good roll, you were just going to get static and not be able to see anything. But you can see this kind of angle of the legs of a dead body, feet up, so lying on its back, kind of in the darkness of a room. The lights are out. You see, it's very hard for you to see what's going on in that room. But you can only see one person.
Okay, but that's not good. It looks like we have a body in there.
Okay, I told
Marshall,
you they were crazy.
Yeah, but it looks like there's more than one dead person. Cannot find the other guy, so he is maybe hiding under the camera or behind some furniture.
Or he's ripped his transponder out.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, but that would hurt.
How easy
Does
would
they
it
put
be
it
to
in the
do that?
buttocks?
It's surgically
know.
implanted under your skin. You, Shepherd, Rose, Engels, you've all got one implanted, and you know where it is, and it's like you if you wanted to, it would take a bit of cutting, but you could get it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's generally
Okay.
assumed that people don't cut them out though, because
Are there any other?
But then
are there
you
any
also
other
generally don't assume
transponders?
that people are going to cut their lips off. So
that's true. That's true.
Are there any other
Absolutely.
transponders in Lab 3, Lab 4 power plant? Are there any other transponders in that area?
Shepherd, you can see power technician first class Bezic is in the power plant. And on your screen, Shepherd, there suddenly is an alert as the exterior airlock, not like an alert like red alert, but just like a exterior airlock
Like the airlock's opening.
opened, but there isn't a transponder in close proximity to it.
Okay, the airlock's opening, but there's no transponder presence. Can we get that shut?
Okay, so let's
pull up a
assume
camera
then.
and see what did that.
Let's assume then that is Ross.
Can we remotely close it from here, Pete?
You
can't. You could do it from the survey offices, but not from the from that op center.
Okay. Can you come down to the power plant? Can you put it on the intercom to tell Bezic to that he might be in danger?
Sure, Lees, do you want to do that? Probably a friendly voice might be more sensible option
Y-
here.
Yeah, sure.
And don't worry, it's all okay. I'm going to say in a very calming, presency kind of way to
And
remove
use your-
stress from her
Okay, cool.
because she sounded stressed.
Is it bad if something happens in the power plant?
Yeah, says Lise.
Don't fire high explosive rounds in there.
There aren't. I mean, we do have like like mining charges for like blasting hard, rock and scree, so that we can get to substrate and evaluate properly. But she just seems like completely phased, and she's actually going to
Get some stressed.
make a panic roll. Right.
Oh, I just removed some.
Yeah, but this is like her whole world is coming crashing down around her.
Well, hopefully I helped.
I'm going to roll. Unfortunately, I haven't got a character sheet set up, so I'm going to roll. It's not much. She's got 4 stress. So I'm going to roll 4 dice. No, I roll, what is it? 1d6 and add my stress level.
If you put a stress level into the character
I
sheet,
don't have a spare character sheet right now. It'll take me too long to set that up.
Okay, then I can't remember.
Okay, so she rolled a 6. So she gets 10. So
That's not good.
here we go. 10. Right, she freezes momentarily. She is just like she reaches out for the intercom button, but obviously she's having to deliver words to a friend about another that she never thought she would have to, and she freezes for a moment, and there's like a look of like I'm out of control.
Okay,
Shepard, you recognise this kind of.
If I recognise it, I'm just gonna press the com myself.
Okay, you press the com.
What was the chap's name again that I'm warning?
Bezic.
Bezic. Okay. Bezic, there are 2 other colonists with you who are acting in a bizarre manner. Take cover and stay away from them.
You can hear. What? Let's go again. Who's that? What?
This is the command center. There are two hostile people near you. Take cover.
Hostiles?
I
What
will
the fuck are you
shout
talking
loudly.
about, man? I'm just running a diagnostic. Who's hostile? What?
I'm just hide. Do it. That's an order. I will say, in a loud, commanding military way.
Okay. Let's have a roll
crap.
to see if you can.
That's going to be command.
Yeah, that'll be a command.
Believe. Oh no, wrong one.
It's going to be a -1.
Oh
no, just go with that. It's fine. Sorry. It's okay. So you got 2 successes and no additional stress, no panic roll, which is good. Okay, and you just hear like the intercom go dead as like someone shuffles across the floor, and you see in the system that this person's transponder moves into the kind of corner of that large chamber, but the airlock system looks like it's now closing.
I will relay to Rose that I've warned him.
Rose,
Okay.
what are you doing?
I'm just going to have to go in. I don't particularly want to. No, that's just going to be. That's just going to be messy, isn't it? It's going to take me too long to go around.
Okay. Can everybody, apart from Mark, can everyone please mute your sound or take your headphones off so you can't hear?
All right, give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
Will do. So, Mark, you're sitting at your terminal and you've sent a message. What message did you send?
So, I in the midst of all of the carnage that was going on in the last episode, I sent a message from a terminal in the ops center to the company saying, stand by. I'm just bringing it up. So in the absence of kind of direction of how to react under these circumstances, because we couldn't have predicted it, I sent a message to the company saying, hazardous indigenous life form on LV-832, Marines dead, colonists compromised, UPP interlopers whereabouts unknown, monolith status unknown, request evac.
And you've receive a message in response, and it says request denied.
Yeah, I've got the response here. Can I?
I'll just.
do you want me to read it?
It's all right. I'll read it out. Secure scan data of monoliths. Locate UPP memory core. All other considerations are secondary.
Yeah.
Following up from that, shortly afterwards, as you're considering that, you can receive another message, which I haven't sent you on Facebook Messenger. And it says, if possible, ensure colony stays safe as forward observation point.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. But I thought our viewers might like to know what was going on.
I don't know if I understand what that means. Would my character understand what it means?
They seem to be saying to you that they want the colony to remain intact.
Oh, so we can't take off and nuke the site from orbit then?
Well, you can't.
But we shouldn't.
You shouldn't. You should try and keep they're basically saying, now, you're kind of piecing it together that all the people coming here, Wayland Yutani suddenly diverted a load of resources to the Three World Empire local governor to set up this colony for a reason. There are these monoliths out there in the world. I'm just going to show the viewers again our little world map. And the UPP have clearly gone there to investigate them. And likewise, the company would like you to head there to investigate.
Me?
Well, to
Somebody.
secure scan data.
See, I was gonna ask you is there any interface that I'm in on these computer terminals with which I'd be familiar that I could try to access the data about the monoliths or the UPP or anything?
Well, they
like
said to you they haven't done a proper scan yet. And it said the last person to go out in that direction was these guys who have gone a bit crazy.
And would you have to be there at the monoliths to do the scan? It couldn't be done remotely.
Properly, and now that there's a massive storm that's going to last 12 hours over the area that's kind of sweeping down, so you'd have to get pretty close.
Because it would prevent like a
electromagnetic signals from far away.
So okay, all right. And would it be fair to assume that Holder doesn't have the ability to do that himself?
Well, if you've got a survey vehicle with sensors and a scanner and that kind of thing, all the stuff's available here at the colony. But you have a team of people as well. Engels is a super scientist. And Max a great pilot and can no doubt drive vehicles very well. Having a medic on hand is not a bad idea. The company is deliberately giving you these people who are capable of getting you there and back and helping you, or going there and back for you. But either way, doing what needs to be done to retrieve the information from that site.
I'm in the ops center with Engels and Lee.
Yeah, Engels is off in the comm relay tower, but Shepard and Mac are in there with you.
Oh right, so I kind of lost track of whose icons are what. So
that's okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and get. Have we got comms between each other?
No, you picked up radios now though, so you have.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Should we leave it there then and let everyone come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
they're not paying attention.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Holder goes to the toilet.
Right there in the ops room.
Yeah. That's what we were
Dirty
discussing.
bastard.
Just to
Damn it!
disgust
I'm
me.
going to designate that little office as the toilet.
The thing is, right, we've never been able to do effectively in the studio, like everyone go out, because it's like take too long and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
But
we did it in
headphones off.
Mothership.
Hopefully, you guys weren't cheating and just watching the Twitch stream and listening.
Yeah. Well, we
I
kind of
actually
did
physically
it
turned
in.
my mic off and everything.
Oh, cool.
We kind of did it in Mothership, didn't we? Where Birch was passing I was passing post.
Yeah,
which
and
was
that's fine. But I
texting
think
the entity, but
we actually have an opportunity now where we can mute certain people, and you can do like a little conversation there. Hopefully, it doesn't detract too much, and hopefully, our viewers get something out of that kind of thing. We'll see.
the
how it
viewers
goes.
will now have context that nobody else does.
Exactly.
So-
That's great.
Out of the agent's brutal betrayal.
Yeah, I'm
You
just,
don't know that.
I'm
How
just,
dare
I'm
you?
just,
How
I'm just
dare
assuming
you?
we're going to get betrayed shortly.
Please, Forever 1974 said, for 10,000 Garblag Groats, I will tell you what they talk about. I can afford that. No. And that, viewers, no typing it in the chat because people are watching the chat. Okay, so we are, Rose, you are in lab 2.
Right, I'm just behind the door, so I'm just so basically I've moved myself
Okay.
to where I actually
where you are
because
on
I
the-
moved
on the-
there because that meant I was actually in the air. I wasn't going to be affected
Yes.
by.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. You didn't need to
Okay,
breathe.
so I'm basically going to say some people need to get down here because I'm going to have to go in, else we might lose Beric.
So Mac's been listening to all this and he kind of like been chilling out for the most part, but now feels like he kind of needs to be a bit more involved. So he gets up and he goes, "Damn it, Shepard. Tell Rose to hold his position. I'm on my way down. I'm just going to head down the stairs now, but he needs to wait. He can't go in alone." And I trot off down the stairs.
I'll just return the comm. How many do you need?
Well, 2 would be nice. Shepard.
Okay, Mac's on his way. I'll join him.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So the two of you.
will have to help. Oh no, he's gone, hasn't he? Never mind. I'll just run off.
Marshal Rose.
Yep.
If there is a body and you need, like a scientific investigation, please try not to touch anything. I may be able to do some slight autopsy if necessary, but
Slight autopsy.
it is not my field of specialism. Yeah.
I might be able to help.
As you talk about a body, Lee's kind of comes to, and she's like, "I'll stay here and keep an eye on the cameras and the transponders. If you're heading down there, and I'll let you know if I see anything strange."
There is a body, and you will need to. Someone will need to come and examine it. I think that's protocol, really.
Well, the doctor's been stabbed. Can Shepard or Engels? I mean, Engels just offered. Is it?
That's absolutely fine for Engels to do that.
Perhaps Engels, you should go and meet them over at the labs.
Yeah, it's pretty quicker if I go outside, isn't it?
Engels.
There's a storm coming.
If you come outside, then come through the survey garage. Don't go through the power plant. Yeah.
No, it's so much closer.
It's
That's why
also so much more dangerous.
The door just opened, Engels. Someone just opened that door and closed
Oh,
it.
okay. Very well. I will go to the survey garage then.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Engels, you head out through the arrivals area over here. And start to make your way across the kind of slaty ground towards the tarmac. Yep. And when you get to about there, actually, that's a good spot. You're underneath you've gone past the big comm relay, and it's kind of doing its little rotatey thing with blinky lights on it. And the rain has picked up a bit, and there's a little bit of wind. You can see off in the distance, the dark. I mean, the sky is fairly dark anyway, but sort of darker clouds, sort of further away. coming in across those mountains. If you remember, you're on a flat bit by the lake, so you can kind of see the mountains over the other side where it's all in that direction. And that storm, you can see it kind of coming in, and the rain is kind of hitting you. You've got your breather on, so we're going to need a supply roll. So your breather's got 3 air, so we need 3. As you cross over, this will, you're kind of, I assume you're kind of jogging across. Ooh. So it goes down to 2.
Of course it does.
Yeah. So that's cool. As you get to there, I mean, you can carry on if you want to with that roll. So I'm not going to make you roll twice. It would take you to get to the airlock. But as you get to that location, you see movement by the fuel depot.
Ooh, what can I see?
Make an observation roll, please.
Any modifiers?
Actually, yeah, -2 because it's dark and it's raining. You can push it if you want to.
I think I
Reroll.
will.
Take a stress.
Yeah.
How many
We
stress you
laugh
got
in
there?
the face. I've got 2 stress now.
Oh, is that all? Right.
Yeah,
Get
sorry.
these stress rules
This
out.
game's not stressful enough, Pete.
No, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get you all like in a catatonic state in the first 2 episodes.
There you go. I got a
Just like
success.
Oh, you did. You got a success.
We've only just got
with
here.
the-
Give us a
with-
chance.
Yeah. So
With my stress roll.
that's very true. Your adrenaline surged. You look across, you see a figure that seems to be not going into the fuel depot, but doing something with some containers or large barrel-y shaped objects on the outside of the fuel depot to one side. Almost as if they're trying to squeeze between them.
How strange.
You see that. Do you want to divert or do you want to carry on over to the labs?
I'm going to try and call out to them and wave my arms. Say, you there? Hello. You need to get inside.
Okay, that is going to be very difficult to do.
In a breather.
In a breather, in the storm, in the dark. So let's have a command roll at -3.
They are about 70 meters away or something, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why he's like, oh, into the wind, Oh. Is that all the dice? Yeah. Okay, it's just your stress dice. Okay, cool. You're kind of waving and shouting. You're not used to sort of really raising your voice, and they clearly don't hear you or see you.
Well, I shall continue on my way to the survey garage because I don't want to be outside for too long.
Okay, cool. So you get to the survey garage, and Cobb lets you in. They've asked. Cobb says, "Look, I've told everybody else to go to their living quarters." He says to you and Rose as you kind of get there and come together in that area. I've asked everyone to go
Head
to
off
their living
and sort of
quarters.
shake out and flip all the water out of my hair. And it's quite chilly and very bracing.
Yeah, yeah. You're crazy. What is Shepard doing out there?
I'm the crazy one. You should have seen the guy who was outside by the fuel depot.
What?
Yeah, some guy by the fuel depot was like squeezing in between some barrels.
Okay. That. Why is there someone out there right now?
I don't know. It looked like I was trying to tell them, come with me, get into shelter, but they were ignoring me.
Lees confirms over the phone that there's no transponder coming from that area.
There was definitely a guy out there.
Lees, can you if everyone's just been told that they have to go back to their quarters, can you tell me if any transponders haven't started moving back towards their quarters?
Let me see. Just the ones in just the ones in Lab 4 and the power plant. I think Bezik's hiding.
Yeah.
Demolanta and Ross are still showing as being in Lab 4.
Okay, but everyone else is actually in motion.
Yeah, they're all moving back to their living quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, seem to be.
And you
There's only a
definitely
few.
don't see anybody by the fuel depot.
No, there's no transponder. You can hear that she must be like leaning over the counter to like look at the screen on the other side. Yeah, I can't. And as she says this, Shepard and Mac arrive.
Okay.
I can't see any transponder over by the fuel depot.
Okay, but there's definitely a person.
Okay. Well, we can check it out once we've got this done.
Okay.
Should we not check on that rather quickly?
I was going to
Fuel is
say,
highly explosive.
we got a potentially dangerous person out by the fuel depot.
But they were hiding in amongst the fuel, so I doubt they've been intending to explode it.
And we got a man in another room with missing lips. I'm not taking anything for granted right now.
Yeah.
Let's just get this done. Okay, I'm going to hit the door and open that door.
Into
So
the ready stance.
I'm going to move into the corridor in front of the door by Lab 3.
Okay. Cool. Right. So now we're going into. Bear with me 1 second. Don't jump. You can get to there. We are going into what is called stealth mode. Stealth mode 85. Right.
Who's being stealthy?
Yeah, there ain't no stealth.
No, it's stealth mode or combat mode. So it's kind of like looking around and checking things, or we're actually fighting. Each room or corridor counts as a zone. Okay. The survey garage and rooms of that areas of that size have 2 zones in them. Okay. You can move through 2 zones and search them while you do. If you have a motion tracker, you can use that once per turn. Each time you do, you make a power supply roll. And you can scan long range up to 4 zones. Extreme range outdoors. So long range indoors, 4 zones, and extreme range, which is much further outdoors. Okay, with a motion tracker.
Is that Shepard that's got that?
I do have one.
It is Shepard indeed.
And would Mac know that he's got that?
It's you've seen a motion tracker in the film. You know, it's like a little thing. It's kind of.
Yeah, no, I think he wants to know if his character's aware.
Would my character be aware?
Yeah, you would have seen it like on his person at some point, because it's not a small thing to hide. It's like, I've got the motion tracker kind of situation. Now,
cool.
Bear with me 1 moment. You can see that, right?
Yeah.
We have a declaration of shenanigans, so.
What's this?
Okay, these are transponders.
Okay.
And if you look, I've made little ping circles out of the motion tracker screen from Aliens. I'm going to try and zoom in for.
Didn't remember the rule book. Did make little motion tracker ping symbols.
Hey, what's more important? You know,
ping symbols.
Look, a little motion tracker pings. Okay, Holder, you've gone away from the op center. If you remember, there's an intercom down the main stairwell near the op center. So you've heard some of this conversation going on about going over there and moving in that direction. So I don't know. Do you want to go over to that zone as well?
Yeah. I was going to radio somebody, but
you can do that if you want to.
No, I'm not going to now, because now I know that person isn't available. So,
or did you want to do it on the way? If someone was on the way on their own, then you wanted to radio them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've missed my chance. Though.
It's okay. No. We can fit that in if you want to. Were you going to radio Engels?
Maybe.
Well, then, if Simon, Roger, and Dan can take your earphones off.
God damn.
And also, thank you to Mine for following us. Thank you very much. Welcome to Garblag Games. Okay, so Holder, you on the Engels on your movement across, you received a radio transmission from Holder as well.
Yeah, hello. It is very rainy outside.
Engels, is that you?
Yeah, it's I.
Engels, look, I've had contact from the company. Look, they're not going to get us out of here until they've got what they want. So
Okay, but that's fair enough. But there are no petrochemicals out here in the roadway.
no, look, listen. We need to get over to those monoliths, do a scan, and then get the fuck out of here. But I can't do that on my own. I need you to help me.
Yeah, I could do that. That's not a problem. Once this storm has passed over, we'll hop into big crawler thing and drive over there. Yeah?
There's no time for that, man. Come on. There's people cutting their lips off over here. We need to just get over there now and get this done.
You want to go into storm?
Do you want to get your lips eaten off?
No, that's I don't want that. Okay, let me go and see to this body thing. If you want to sort out the crawler and get it like fired up or whatever it is you do, then I can meet you there in 20 minutes, half an hour.
20 minutes. Okay, I'll be there.
ETA 20 minutes.
You now have 20 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
Okay, cool. Okay, right.
Okay.
Is that the radio transmission done?
Yeah. So I'm in fact then not joining the others.
Okay.
I am
Sure.
doing that thing we just talked about.
Sure. Okay. So you're going to head over there.
But I don't know where that is. You're going to have to move me, Pete, because I don't know, and I can't ask you because it will...
It's okay. It's okay. It's our co-players are able to distinguish between in-player and in-character knowledge.
Fair enough.
I hope.
Roger still can't hear anything.
Oh,
You're right, Roger?
did you mute him?
No, have you muted yourself, mate?
Oh,
Rog.
I don't know. What
How
Roger's
about
doing.
now?
Oh, whoops.
Nope.
Oh, we can't hear him either.
Weird.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just had to disconnect and reconnect from Roll20.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, right. Okay, no worries.
That old
damn, you rolled
chestnut.
20.
That old chestnut. I've Okay. You are sorry.
Well, I've moved.
Okay, well everyone can see you, so it's kind of they know where but they're not aware of where you've gone or the conversation.
Sure.
More to the point, the conversation that you had is more important.
Mm.
Right. So the rest of you are hanging around in the corridor leading from the survey garage into the labs. Rose, you've just stepped forward. Are we motion tracking? Are we searching? Actions?
No, because we know where they are. I wasn't going to bother with a motion tracker.
Do you want to search the areas you're moving through, or are you just trying to get to your
So
destination?
basically, I'm going to go from the door in front of lab 3 straight to the door in front of lab 4,
Okay.
and then everyone behind me can come out and scan either side of me.
Okay, right. So you kind of jog down to that.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to go straight through that door, and to get to that door.
To the next door.
Yeah,
yeah?
and then everyone
Okay,
else can come in behind me.
As he does that, I'm going to follow him taking cover positions, basically like, military advance 2x2.
Like
If anyone
doorway.
leaps out and does some mad psycho, I'm going to kill you thing, they'll basically go for me and everyone else will get to shoot at them.
Sure.
I'm going
Okay.
to walk along completely oblivious to all of their strategic and military planning, just sort of bimbling along the corridor, slightly hunched over because I feel embarrassed about how tall I am.
Yeah, and Mac equally has like next to no military training or whatsoever, so he's just like got his hand on Sally and he's just patting it, you know. Just
Is
walking
whoever
around.
attacks him and will shoot anyone that
Sally's the
surprises
name
him
of his
anyway.
revolver, and he don't go anywhere without Sally. It's a dangerous place on the outer fringes of the universe. I'm just saying.
It is. Okay, you get to the door, and there's the room you're moving through is like a geophysical laboratory, where clearly they've been bringing in what meager samples they've taken to put through various radio spectrometers, sifting trays, different vats of acid and things to like test out what
They've got a
they've
Kleinfelter
found.
6000. I haven't seen one of those in about 5 years.
And it's all dark in here now because it's like they're not working. You realize now it's actually probably officially like evening on LV-832.
Yeah.
And nothing untoward pops out. No crazy things like that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go straight through lab 4 and hit the door the other side because I'm trying to get to the power plant. I'm not particularly that bothered. It doesn't seem like he's in. Oh, there are.
There's
I
two
didn't think-
transponder signals in lab 4.
Yes, there are, but we know one of them's dead. And
But
we
that's
know
why you called me here, so I'm going to have to go there.
and we know one of them is basically just a cut out bit of something lying on the floor.
I would
Don't
say
know
we
that.
suspect rather than know.
Well, that's okay. I'm the marshal and I've survived all this time and not died. So I'm going to go, I'm right. So I'm going to run straight through and hit that door.
Remember, the guy in the power plant's friendly.
Yeah, one of them is.
Okay. So you open the door.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. And inside it's dark. This is just before you start moving.
Yeah.
It looks dark. It looks fairly similar to the rooms you've just passed through, and these labs actually look like they're in working order if it was daytime. And you make an observation roll, please.
Just Rose or all of us?
Just Rose, because Rose is standing at the door, and you hear a noise, a noise.
Let me just try and make my box bigger so I can read the bit that it says where I need to read the bit that it says. Observation. It's really weird I only have 2. No modifiers, submit. So I can't see what it says.
Ooh.
Okay,
Face
so you
hugger.
got success and a panic roll.
Okay.
Okay, so as you kind of step forward into the room, you hear this kind of flicking noise, and you look to the left, and on a large table that in the previous room had been kind of dotted with scientific equipment, this has a man strapped to the table with kind of wiring and gaffer tape and various other things, and from you can see a look of extreme pain on his dead face, and his chest looks like it has torn itself apart, with lots of blood all over his torso, and you can hear and in the corner of the room you see something dart between kind of big bits of machinery.
Right.
And for a moment you see what to you looks like a jaundiced yellow snake with legs go between two pieces of machinery, and we need a panic roll from you.
Okay.
Now, what's your current stress level?
1.
Okay, so just roll. Press your stress button. Panic button.
Oh, sorry, I hit the stress button and it disappeared. Let's find panic. Panic. I'm scrolling on the wrong thing. Panic.
Okay. You keep it together. You're like, all this stuff going on, it's kind of freaking you out slightly. And your heart is racing in your chest. And you kind of looking at this guy, this grisly death on the table. You're like, what the fuck? And this movement like startles you. Be like, no, I've got my gun. I'm Marshal Rose. I'm Judge Rose.
Okay. So basically, I can say because I got a success. Is there anything hidden here? And if so, where?
That's beyond the first. So 1 success to pass, and then for every extra success, you can
For each success you roll.
No, he's got a superpower version, hasn't he?
Yeah, it says for each success you roll. Yeah.
Yes, sorry, because you're that's the martial talent, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So what?
So is there anything hidden here? And if so, where? So wherever it's just gone to.
Is that the question you're asking me?
That's the question.
Yes, there is something
unloaded
in here.
An entire clip.
It's behind a machine. You can't shoot it from where you are. It's gone behind a machine. There's like some ducts and power cables going into the wall, and there's like a gap behind this machine that it's kind of gone into.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will basically carry on because I was running. The idea was to just go straight through the whole room.
So you're going to run straight to the other side of the room.
Run straight through the other side, hit the door,
turn around
go through the other door.
You're going to go through into the power plant.
Straight through into the power plant.
Okay, right. So what you can do is you can move to the other side of the room, and you're about to hit the button for the door.
Yeah.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
Well, can I shout them? Because I'm assuming they will be coming in behind me.
Yeah, you can talk. You can say.
Okay. So I'll basically tell them there's something in here, and it's behind there. As I get to the other door.
Okay. Cool.
I say what now? What kind of something? Do we hear the noise as well now?
You do hear it, yeah.
Oh hell, I ain't going in there.
I'm gonna.
Hell no! You ain't getting me in there.
I'm gonna go over to the body.
Does my panic go? My panic doesn't go up because I passed, didn't I? So your panic level doesn't increase, does it?
I'm just checking that. If you have.
So my panic was 1. And I got a face hugger, so I had to make a panic test, which I passed. But
no, it doesn't say you gain stress when you make a panic roll.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
That would be. I don't know.
That would be really bad.
That would be harsh.
You would be very panicked very quickly.
Make a panic roll. Yeah.
It would make games a lot shorter.
Wanted to check.
So you also have to make a panic roll. If you witness a friendly character suffering from a certain panic effect, you are pinned down by a ranged attack. You suffer a critical injury. You're attacked by a strange alien creature that you've never seen before. A truly horrific event occurs as determined by a scenario or the GM. Stopping panic, relieving stress. No, it doesn't say you gain stress for panicking. That would be some sort of horrible cycle into despair. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm spiraling, man.
Right, so Rose, you've done your actions.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, look. Someone has given Rose a reroll.
Ooh.
There you go. Thank you very much, Evil Gilmore. I don't know whether that's intended for that last roll. Or
is he trying to make him re-roll
the panic roll? Yeah, you'd have to roll a 7. You'd have to roll a 7 in order for that to be bad. Okay, so you get to the other side of the door, right, Rose? That's you done, right?
Yeah.
Shepard, you were kind of following up. He says, "There's something in there," and gets to the other door, and he's about to open the following door into the power plant.
I'm getting out the motion tracker.
Okay, right. Motion tracker comes out.
Yes! Now it's alien.
Bloom. Bloom.
This is where we need the sound thing of.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have. Everyone
Possible,
is
that's
trying.
inside the walls.
Yeah. It's in the ceiling. Right, so you get your motion tracker out. Let's make a supply roll for your power of your that you'll get the use. Obviously if it's did I say 4? Didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah,
You said earlier.
power 4. So let's have a power 4 roll to see what happens to your battery.
Jesus.
Oh! Yeah, Mac hadn't charged it up before you got on the shuttle this morning.
Mac.
So it's now down to 2. But you pick up a it's bankable. Yes, Evil Gilmore is saying Rose can keep it for later.
Maybe I
You
can re-roll
pick up
that.
movement in that chat. You pick up Rose, obviously, but you also pick up some movement in the chamber. And generally, where Rose was pointing, it seems that it's doing something, moving around. The blobs on there aren't very well defined. So there's
Yeah, it's a
something.
blob.
Yeah, it's a blob, but the blob seems to be moving slightly. Please Forever 1974 has just given Mac a re-roll. If you want to re-roll your power roll, you can do so now. Or if
I'm
you want
not
to save
Mac.
it for later. Oh no,
You
Mac.
mean-
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Dan. Yeah, I'm getting confused. Look at that. I'm getting excited because we're in the room with the thing. Okay, so Shepard, you've got the scanner out, and that's going on. That's your kind of
Yeah.
activity. Mac, what are you doing? You've got a re-roll now. They'll get the right name for the right character.
Well, Sally's come out the holster.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Shepard, what does that beep mean? What does that beep mean, man? You gotta tell me. I'm not going in there.
It's there, and I'll kind of gesture with my gun.
Please Forever has also given Shepard a re-roll.
So, like,
You cannot fire a large gun. Hang on. There's something about this
It's a
scanner I
handgun.
think is bulky. Bear with me 1 second.
I've just got a service pistol.
Yeah, let me just check.
and I've got Sally.
One of them is
I think that's a big gun.
a motion scanning device, uses high-powered ultrasonic waves. You need to make a power. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yep, that's cool. You can use your pistol at the same time, but you couldn't use, for example, a pulse rifle and your motion scanner at the same time. Right, cool. So, Mac, you've done that. Engels, you're there as well. What are you doing? This is
I'm gonna
before
go
we
over
all
to-
draw initiative in a moment.
I was going to go over to the body because that was what they'd called me down there for.
Okay, so they are pointing out to you that there's something in the room in there. But if you want to go over to the body, that's fine.
Well, they're the big men with the guns.
Yeah,
They
sure.
can deal with that. If
Sure.
they catch it, then
You've
I can
literally
science.
just heard Matt
Yeah.
going, I ain't going in
Then I
there,
can-
man.
Then I can science. Okay, right.
But
so you
right
go-
now I'm needed to science this corpse.
Okay, so you walk over to the body, and it's a horrific sight. Take one
I
stress.
don't think he's going to make it.
Sorry, Rose, did I say
He's
earlier on that
already
you should
dead.
take a point of stress for seeing the dead body? Because if you see the dead body, you need to take a point of stress.
Do you?
I'm saying you need to take a point of
I've
stress.
seen it. I've seen
This is quite gruesome.
Not
In the dark,
exploded
some
up
kind of
from the inside.
exploded and tied down. Heavily
Does sound quite
secured.
stressful.
It's quite stressful. So Engels, you walk up to this thing, and you can, they're all standing there in the entrance way to this room, and you just kind of walk in up to this body, and make an observation roll to see what you can garner in the dark, in the few moments you have before. Okay, 2 successes. So
Could I maybe get some light over here?
the basic thing you can see is he's been heavily restrained. He was in severe agony when he died, and it looks like whatever has done this wound did it from the inside out.
Yeah, look, you can see there's ligature marks. So he was strapped down to the table before the point of death, because obviously from the lividity of the injuries, you can see that he was alive when it was done. Look, there's nearly blood around this firepiece here. But the important and most interesting thing is this chest wound. This chest wound was caused from the inside, but it's not explosive. This is some kind of like something has come from inside and gone outside of the body. So this is organic. This is living. Whatever it is.
Mac
For your extra success, I'll let you notice that he has a kind of slimy meniscus kind of stuff across his face.
Yeah, and there's this stuff on his face as well. So it looks like he was forced to maybe to imbibe something, or maybe there's a parasite in the water, and it's unusual for something to grow from a small parasite into something so large. But it looks as though whatever has happened here, he has ingested something, or something has been put in his mouth. Perhaps, I don't know, does the crods lay eggs? Because if he was forced to ingest like live crod egg, then maybe I can't see how it would work, because an infant crod, surely the crod egg would be damaged by the stomach acid, but potentially, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe the crods just bursted its way out of his chest if he was eating raw crod eggs. But yeah, clearly these men are not sound mind.
I'm going to give Mac a point of stress. He hasn't seen the body, but that description was brilliant, so I'm going to take a point of stress. It's stressing me out. It's stressing me out sitting here.
Brilliant.
So
I've
Mac's
just
round the
dealt you
corner.
all an initiative card.
Also, Mac's kind of put his flashlight, because he asked for a light. So Mac still not going in the room, but's put a flashlight round. Yeah, exactly that. He's just putting a flashlight round the corner, and it's like facing in the room.
Okay. As you do that, it's almost as if the light going into the room makes things worse, and you hear a movement behind the unit, and then there is movement, and we're now in initiative. So I just need to find out what my initiative card
It was
is.
nice knowing
Mommy
you guys.
told me that there aren't any monsters. But there are, aren't there?
Oh God, you know why it's here. Mostly come out
How do
at
I
night.
get the card down?
Mostly.
You click on it and it pops out the top.
Yeah, I've just I have the things down the bottom right. So I have a 4.
Do we need to draw one ourselves?
You've got one. I've given you one.
Oh, is that the one that I
Yep.
can see?
Yeah.
Oh, so we've all got one.
No. You've got one card. If you click on it, it'll appear higher up, I think, and you get.
Oh.
You should have a big. It's a picture of a marine with
7.
a green
Yeah.
number on it.
Yeah.
I do not have this. Why do
I don't know why mine appeared so much bigger.
Well,
Who's 10?
great
Me.
question.
Okay.
I'm 10.
Okay. I'm 4.
When I click on mine, it appears and says 5, but isn't
Okay.
appearing anywhere else.
You can drag it then down onto the table, as it were.
Dan wants to steal my card, apparently. That's not very nice, Dan.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Steal request. No.
Let's have a look, Dan. Let me have a look for you.
I clicked on the one, and it just keeps coming up and saying, "Do I want to steal the
Oh,
card?"
steal card. Oh, stealing. Let me deal you another card.
I mean, my card now says 9. The one that's on the
Okay.
screen.
There you go. 9.
The one that you're trying to steal says 9.
Okay, that's fine. That will do nicely. Okay,
I don't know where this card is on the screen though.
that's
I
fine.
think
Sorry,
you're only
everybody.
Maz.
So
Short card, isn't
what
it?
I'm going to do is I'm going to position them under your faces on the screen, so don't move them. Right, this is me. Who is 5?
I was 5.
Roger, what are you?
7.
Have you put it on the table somewhere?
When it pops up
thank
into the
you.
big one, Roger, just drag it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I think I've done it.
Dan, where's yours?
No idea.
Where's the 9? Drag the
I've
big
no
9.
idea.
Okay, we'll just
You-
remember your 9. So I'm actually first. The lowest number goes first. Such smooth initiative wranglings. Maybe I should just punch them then into the initiative tracker. That might be.
Oh no, I think I've worked it out. I've worked
There
out.
we go.
There it is.
There we go. Right. So viewers, you will be able to see everyone's initiative. Don't move it.
Okay.
Everyone's, because I'll put them under your faces on the screen. So I am first. So here we go. Let's see if someone dies in the very first.
Does that make you who or what?
Sorry.
Who's on first?
What? Who?
Yeah, no, what's on second?
No, yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay, here we go. So I am going to roll a d6 to see what happens. With these creatures, they are random. So you just roll. I'm going to roll 1d6. Ben, I hope I don't get a 6. Don't move your faces when there's a face hugger in the room. Yeah, good non-anomaly. Yes, indeed. Right, here we go. You guys want a 1 to 3, or a 4's okay. Oh, there we go. Escape. With a snarl, the creature flees, moving 2 zones away in 1 action, into the nearest vent, sewer, or duct if possible. As soon as the PCs lose line of sight, the creature has escaped. Stealth mode ensues as it tries to hide. So it is going to try and escape. Now you haven't quite opened.
It's like that big. We could afford it.
Sorry.
It's really that big. We could have taken it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to move 2 zones. So it's
That's
going
what
to
they
move.
said when they took a flamethrower into
It's
the
going to
vents.
move into the corridor, and then past into the same zone as Mac and Shepherd. So it's like it's not going there. Rose has obviously gone that way, and it's kind of sees that action and runs back. And as you're standing there with your torch, and you look down and you see a chestburster. You see, as we all know them, you
I
see
don't like it.
the little snake-like with the little and it's like skittering across the floor like at the end of
Cups
Spaceballs.
going everywhere.
Yeah, and it's noodles all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's like runs towards you and past you. Well, into the same zone as you, Mac and Shepherd. So you are now in short range with. Old Uncle Mojo has just given Engels a reroll. So this creature, this
He's starting to
sickly
feel left out.
yellow-looking little thing, is kind of hissing and runs past you. You now, as this movement is going on and you're looking around, you notice that the door with the other transponder in to that room is closed, which is this door here. Yep, the more northerly one of the two in Lab 4. The southern one is open, and there's like a lab room with some gear and things in there, but you can't see into that room that has Ross's transponder in. Okay, cool. So that was me. So who's next? It's Engels. What are you doing?
Did I see this thing?
Yeah, it ran right past you, like
Okay.
brushed past your leg, like, and you're like, "Wah!"
Big, catch that thing. And I shall give chase.
Are you
Catch
gonna
it
go
with
after
a
it?
bullet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna, so you want to move. So you're in there, so you can move 2 zones in your turn. That would be, unless you want to run.
Well, it went into.
Yeah, you're in the
This
room,
is
which is a
hallway.
Didn't
separate
it?
zone.
It went
No,
in
no,
here.
no. It's here.
It's kind of for there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the corridor of Lab 3, and you're in the large processing room of Lab 4.
But I can move 2 zones.
I'm just checking the move rules. Yes. I think move through door hatch. Run. No enemy engaged range. Yes, you can move 2 zones.
Okay. I'm going to chase it.
But that's all you. That's like your. You know,
Yep,
you can
that's
move 1
fine.
zone and do something, or you can move 2 zones.
Well, I've got to catch it first. It's no good until I
Sure.
can catch it and then I can science it.
Okay, so you're going to run into the corridor. Okay, Engels comes running around the corridor. If you want to move your,
I've
move
had to
your
move it
dude.
up into Lab 3.
Just
but...
whack him there. There you go.
Okay.
That's cool. You're all in that zone, in that corridor. There's a lot going on now, and this creature runs through, and Engels comes after, going, "Oh, quick, catch it!" And old Uncle Mojo has just given Holder a re-roll as well.
Can I
I think we
save
all
that
have
for when I need it?
Yes.
Because I'm not involved in any of this.
Yeah. Sure. You can save. You can save it. Okay. So that was Engel's go. Next we have Shepherd. This creature has run into the room. You've got your motion tracker. It's gone pling, 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 pling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. You know, as it starts to run past you.
Yeah.
That's in the room.
It's in the room, man. You're not reading it right. Sorry. And you're like, turn around, and your Mac's face is like, behind you, because he's just seen it as well, and he's slightly behind you in the turn order. So what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to aim and shoot it.
Gonna aim and shoot.
I'm going to walk over and shoot it in the
from
Back of the
behind.
head.
back of the head. Sorry.
Back of the
Shooting it in-
head. Oh no, that's
shooting
Space
it in the-
have heads.
Shooting it in the back is what heroes do.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it means it's running away from you, so it must be heroic.
It can be used in combat. I'm just having a look at its ability to dodge.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I think it should dodge into the bullets.
Oh, definitely. Here we go.
If we just fill the hallway up with bullets, one of them's got to hit it, right?
Exactly.
That's Mac's
Who are
plan.
you?
Yeah, you just all shoot each other. Here we go.
It's
TPK.
fine. I am legit expecting to get splashed with acid right now.
Yeah, I'm not approaching it. I'm just shooting.
I am approaching it, and you're shooting it.
Okay. Let me just have a look. I'm trying to
So,
see
yeah.
where
Acidic blood.
how dodge comes in.
This is both fascinating and
So
agonizing.
do you want to make your shooting roll
Oh, so I'm
while I
using
try and
those.
find the? Here we go. Ranged combat. When shooting, if you take your time to aim carefully before squeezing the trigger, you get a +2 to your attack roll. Aiming is a fast action, so you could literally aim and fire, but then you can't do anything else if you want to do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
So
so
I
that
get
gives
a
you
+2.
+2.
So I get
Target
another +2
size.
from
Hang
my
on.
gun.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. It's a small target, so you get -2.
So just flat.
So it's flat.
But I
which is
get
good.
+2 from my gun.
Yep.
What about like very close range?
You are at short range, so it's no.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not actually engaged because you haven't like stepped into.
No, I
Physical
don't want to
combat.
approach the thing. I'm quite happy
Yeah.
shooting.
I don't want to have anything. Yeah, I don't want to go
When
anywhere
is
near.
anyone in engaged range unless they're dead? Genuinely.
Oh,
So you got one success and a.
I'm going to use my lovely reroll that someone very kindly gave to
Oh,
me.
that's nice. That's a
Please
free
forever.
reroll.
So thank you. I think it was Please Forever.
Please,
Yes,
Forever
it
was the one
was.
trying to
Please
give you
Forever.
Terminator armor and a power fist. So.
I don't care
Yeah,
how
you
many
all wish you
gross
had-
it costs to do it. Oh, that's better.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, so 2 successes. That's good. I can't seem to find where mobility helps with dodging. And I thought I'd found it the other day.
It
Healing.
definitely doesn't.
Well, it's got a very high mobility, funnily enough. And
You'd think it would, wouldn't
tiny
you?
little legs.
if anyone watching knows how dodging works, then
Do you like
please
that?
put it in the chat right now. I think he has to get to roll mobility.
Would he have to like roll against it?
Yeah, I think it's an opposed roll. So he gets to roll mobility and try to oppose that.
Yeah, because I remember last week you said something about when you're doing opposed rows, you just have to out-succeed your other
Dodge.
person.
Dodge. Mobility. Yeah.
Is it going to be in close movement?
Let's have a look. Talent dodge. Sorry, viewers, just one moment while we sort this out because we don't want it all to be wrong.
No, I just want it to die.
It doesn't dodge. It's dead.
So blocking.
It explodes. Implodes. That's even better.
It implodes. While this is going on, Holder, we'll just narrate over the top. Holder, you've gone to the vehicle.
So I've headed over to the depot.
Well, you've gone. The vehicle is actually parked outside,
Oh, okay.
next to the retaining wall, and Lisa's given you the keys so that you've got access to it, and you climb up into the cab of the rover.
Mhm.
Make an observation roll.
He's already
I'm
betraying
surprised
us.
that Lee's was cool with that.
You work
Yeah,
for the company.
You work for the company.
Oh, of course.
You've got orders.
Any modifiers on that?
No,
Yeah,
no, just a
face hugger to your
straight
face.
observation roll. Yeah, you see it jump into your face. No.
2 success.
2 successes. Okay. As you climb up the stairs into the main cab, your foot steps in something gooey, and you're like, "Oh, that's
Is
weird."
there a hissing sound that goes along with it?
No, it's more like a stringy, snotty secretion.
All right. Oh, so nothing's melting then.
Nothing's melting.
Yet.
All right. Okay. I didn't hear any of the conversation that was going on. I assume the labs are too far away at this point.
The labs are too far away.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh, they
Page
must have...
66, roll for mobility when you want to get out of a hazardous situation. Risky climb, dangerous jump, sneaking past.
Or combat, check the combat section. This skill also has specific uses in stealth mode and combat. See Chapter 4.
See Chapter 4.
I think it's
yeah.
actually close combat. You can use it to dodge close combat.
Wrenches.
If you could
Yeah.
dodge a wrench.
You can dodge a ball.
Yes.
Sure. Surely it'd
I
just
so-
be you'd
I
roll
so
it and then
want-
you'd remove successes from.
But I think he's checking if it actually works against bullets because it is
Yeah,
quite hard.
Chapter
I can't
5
see it
is
in-
combat. And
Yeah,
panic.
all the chapter numbers are one off. Right, we don't have anything to say that we can do that, so I'm just going to go with it as it is because it's. But we're just Holder. You've just seen that as you climb into the main kind of cab. Not the you can get in here and then go through to the front driving section, or there's also like it's built for like 10 people to go out and have some space to move around and maybe take a few rock samples. There's a couple of rooms in there. It's like it's on 10-foot tall wheels kind of thing. So you've climbed up this ladder.
Okay.
It looks like something scraped this kind of slime on the steps.
I really want Holder to like check around and make sure that nothing in there is gonna, I don't know, impregnate him, but he would know that.
He's
Yeah,
really
no,
feeling
yeah.
lucky.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just gonna get in and assume that everything's fine,
Okay. Right.
and scrape my boot off on the edge of the.
You scrape your boot off and go, oh man, like what's his face as he gets back on the
dropship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Oh
on,
no,
now,
I'll
get a
play
move
out
on.
like that.
No. So you clamber up and you go into the main hatch, and we'll deal with you in a moment. Shepard, you fire. How much damage do you do?
It does 1.
It does 1. Now you've got 1 extra success. You can use that to add another point of damage if you wanted to.
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
I mean, unless there's anything super fancy I can do with it.
You can get it to drop something
curve
or
your
to
bullets.
fall over.
I don't think that's going to help. It's already pretty much on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
if
making
you
it
made
fall over
over, it might like slide along or something.
makes it easier for the next person to shoot it.
It does. Let me just...
Let's be honest though, if you shoot it and it falls over, it's going to acid its way through the floor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a
No, me
cat.
either.
Range combat 96. Sorry. Here we go. Cover, Overwatch, range.
I tried, Pete, with the rules. I couldn't
Yeah,
find
it's okay. We take damage, attack roll a number of base dice equal to your armor rating. Right, okay, so it's got armor rating. So here we go. Let's roll.
Yeah, come on. Nye would agree with me on this. There's no way its armor's hardened enough.
Well, its armor doesn't do anything. So your bullet blasts into the creature. And unbeknownst to you, this creature seems to have acid for blood.
What?
And this splashes
Say what?
across the room. And now I've got to find the splash rules.
At least it's going the other way.
Well, you're all in the
say
same zone,
that.
unfortunately. So
What the?
Don't worry, I'm between you and it.
Smashing. I mean, that's bad.
wait, sorry. Index. Save me index. No, splash is not in there. 118. Right, here we go.
There's explosions.
No, it's
I
like
like-
a hazard. I think splash is somewhere in the weapon features.
So, Mac, we take off and nuke it from orbit, yeah?
I think it's the only way to be certain.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back in my ship.
And that's my ticket that says nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Cool,
No, no, no,
cool.
no.
No, no,
If it's
no,
the
no,
beginning.
no.
I
Sorry
was very
about this,
tempted just to
people.
Zoidberg away.
I mean, yeah, that probably would have been sensible.
Acid
mean, but-
splash. Here we go.
But it's moving away. So.
When it's wounded, some of its acid blood may splash on its attacker and anyone within engaged range. So it will just be Shepherd
We're not in engage range.
on its attacker and anyone within engaged range.
That's me, Pete.
Oh, you're in engaged range.
I'm the one chasing it.
Wow, so even if you shoot it with a sniper rifle from a mile away, it splashes you. That
No,
seems
That must
dumb.
be.
I'm assuming it means anyone engaged.
It means anyone engaged.
So. Engels takes damage. Let's have a look. Only damage that draws
Yay.
blood causes an acid splash. But fire doesn't cause acid. Strength of the acid is based on the acid splash rating of the xenomorph, plus the amount of damage that the xeno took from the attack in base dice. Base damage 1. So how much damage is it? 2.
2. Oh, well, it's damage 1, but I did an extra one.
Right. Yes. So you did 2 points of damage.
Mhm.
Yep. So it's got when attacked in close, you can dodge. Yeah, it's close combat. You can dodge. Right. So this has got a splash value of 6. So I
you're
roll.
essentially rolling 8 dice.
No, so I'm rolling 6 dice.
Oh, didn't you say plus the
No,
damage from?
I've added that up already.
All right,
Sorry.
Wow.
by angles.
Well, it was fun knowing you. I will have to pick an accent for whoever I'm playing next.
Let's just do that.
I hope it's a Geordie.
Pretty,
Okay, so
that's pretty
1.
hardcore.
You take 1 point of acid damage, Engels, as the bullet hits the creature. There's like a tsh, and you're like, yeah, like Drake. And you get singed by acid, and you're all horribly surprised. Engels, you take a point of stress.
Okay, do I take a point off my health?
Yes.
So my health goes down to 2,
Yes, and that hurts.
and my stress goes up to 4. Yes,
Okay.
I shall adopt the traditional Stoics pose of throwing myself on the floor and screaming as the acid strikes my flesh.
Okay. Okay. Brilliant. So that was Shepherd's go. Yeah. With the shot. Now it's Mac's go.
So like Max just like looking at this, he's like, Jesus H Christ, what the hell is that, man? And obviously the acid sprays up and hits Engels, and he sees Engels go down. So I'm going to sort of like grab Engels and start pulling him back away from the creature, because that seems like a sensible thing to do.
I forgot to say it's lying. It's actually It's only got 2 health, so it's actually
It's dead.
well, it's kind of slumped on the floor. You don't know if it's dead or not.
Yeah, well, I'm still pulling Engels away just in case it explodes and sprays stuff some more. I'm pulling Engels out of there, looking at the injury. I'm like, dude, you're a scientist. Can we stop the acid? Can we stop? And obviously, he's screaming in pain. He's not listening to anything I'm saying right now.
Why don't you just pop into the labs there and pick up some alkali and just pour a little bit of it? No, I'm burning acid on my face.
but Mac just has no idea what to do in this situation. He's a pilot. He shouldn't be dealing with any of this.
He's stood next to a medic.
Yeah, I mean, you're shooting though. You're shooting at the moment. Mac's trying to pull the guy out of danger because he doesn't want him to die, and he certainly doesn't want to be anywhere near that thing if it goes banging more. So Mac's basically dragging Engels away as fast as he can physically do that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're dragging him out of engaged range with this corpse, and you can hear like a hissing sound.
From my flesh.
From Engels' flesh, but also from the kind of metal grating on the floor. As this is all going on, Rose, you're kind of standing at the other end of the room, and this kind of chaos has all going on in that small corridor behind you. Do you still want to open the door?
Gonna hit the door.
Okay.
I'm going through.
Okay, you hit the door and you go through.
Yeah.
You enter as you open the door, there's loud noise coming from the power plant. You can hear sort of mechanical parts moving, and there's like the whir and hum. There's obviously some sort of, I don't know, you're thinking some sort of turbine or something rotating or oscillating, large machinery, and like a hum.
Do I get to make an observation?
Industrial band, though. Mechanical parts moving.
Yeah.
The first album, Rattle and Hum.
Oh, really?
No, I just made it up.
Oh,
because of your
it sounds like a real thing. It sounds like a real thing. Let's
like
do
a
that.
Kraftwerk album.
It does. Okay. So you what you're looking for? You look around. You can see that
success.
You can see that there is blood, a few drips of blood on the floor, leading to the far door, which is the kind of external airlock type door.
Leading to it.
So it's gone. Like there's a dripping line. As you're doing this, because the door's opened, you hear someone going, "Hello, hello, is it okay to come out now?"
Son, I'm hiding there, man.
So the blood's dripping the other way. Oh, that's really mad. Okay.
As if someone who is bleeding has just left.
Right, fine.
But dude in that power plant is not winning the all colony hide and seek championship. Is it?
Yeah. I'll tell Beric that he can. I'll check around the place and then tell him he can come out.
Okay.
Don't mind the gunshots.
Yeah.
And the screaming man.
And I'll ask him.
Well, he can't hear that because there was a big glass door closed a minute ago.
Yeah.
So that all went on. Then the door opened, and then there's just like a hissing.
Screaming.
And he's in a power plant, so.
Yeah, well, I'll have a conversation with him.
Okay, so you go up to the doorway, and he's emerging from behind like a large kind of tubing duct type thing. You get the feeling that there's like something buried under this power plant building that's generates energy. Maybe some microfusion power plant. And he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You need to check any instruments to see if anyone's done anything. I think Ross is basically gone nuts, and
that guy always freaked me out.
He's just been in here, and he could have touched anything. So
he didn't come in this room. I was in here. He didn't come in here.
Look at the blood on the floor.
Well, it's that's going through the corridor through the middle of the power plant. He's in the sort of side chamber.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
he comes over to you though, and he's like, "Shit! What the fuck is going on? Oh, I've just been down here minding my own business."
Right. So no one's actually been in this room.
Not in the room that he was hiding in.
Right. Okay.
So he ran through this corridor that you're kind of standing
Yeah.
in, and he was in this.
But that's really weird because if the door opened from the outside, as if
This
someone
door
came
down
in,
here
yeah.
opened.
So maybe he was
You
leaving
don't
and
know.
not coming in.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's fine. I thought that whole area was the power plant.
It is, but there's like subdivided sections of it, and there's a central corridor going through the middle.
So it looks like the guy with the blood on the floor went from lab 4 out of the door, as opposed to coming the other way.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So then the guy who's hiding behind all those barrels is probably Ross.
You could
I'm
logically
surmising.
conclude this.
Yeah.
That's why you're the marshal.
As this is going on, Holder, you clamber up into the main chamber, and as you open the door, you not quite.
That sound effect was excellent.
Not quite, but this room looks like there has been some kind of struggle, and at the far end of the chamber, on a kind of strange pallet with kind of things latched onto it, there is a large ovoid egg, the top of which is open.
Get out.
And it looks dry, as if this thing maybe opened up a while ago.
I don't think even a reroll is going to help me here, is it?
There doesn't seem to be anything moving in the room. It looks like there's been a struggle. And there's a trail of kind of goo that leads to the exit that you've just come in.
Nope.
I'm not outside.
I don't know how Holder would react to that.
Well, you wore the brown pants.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Take a point of stress.
Although,
this is like a bizarre alien thing.
I mean, but I don't know that.
No, well, you've never heard or seen of anything like this before. It's clearly alien, not alien, but this is like, what the fuck is that? Like not of this world.
I mean, I think.
Or does he know what it is? Because he is a company man.
And therefore a traitor.
You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to bring back, not to study.
This plan would only have worked if he tampered with some of the cryo tubes during the journey.
So you
know he didn't.
Yeah. Today's radio play is a reading of the Aliens movie.
Oh, are we on shaky grounds with copyright there?
Nah, it's all fun and games.
Massive chunks of dialogue.
No,
I made a bad call.
It's done in.
I made a bad call.
It's all fun and games until someone gets hit with a face hugger.
Exactly.
It's an homage. It's covered by
exactly
fair use.
Fair use. Yeah.
Fair use.
We love aliens. An alien. Okay, so you're kind of in this room. It looks like some people have been fighting, like knocking boxes over and stuff like that, near this thing. And there's like a trail of stuff, and but it seems to be dead otherwise. There's no one in there, and there's nothing moving, and you stand there for a while, like staring at it, like waiting, and just in case, and there's no movement, no sound. There's just an empty egg in the back of the.
Do I know that it's empty at this point?
What, do you want to go and have a look?
I think I'm gonna have to
poke your face into it.
Okay. You walk closer.
Hug me.
And you're sort of edging, almost as if approaching a precipice. Make an observation roll to see if you can glean anything on your way to the edge of the egg. It's a +2.
This is when the chicken fillets start sliding around, isn't it?
Okay, right. So, and please forever is just giving you a reroll. But you get one success. So as you're getting closer, you can see that the sides of the egg are actually sort of seem to look like they're caving in a little bit. And as you get closer, you can see that it's empty. But there seems to be like the kind of meniscusy amniotic sac style sort of
Ew.
torn open, sort of hanging over the edges of the egg, almost as if something was in it and has previously come out.
And have I noticed that the trail is leading out of the door that I've just come in?
Yes.
I'm going to go and shut the door.
Okay, you shut the door. And you, what do you want to do next? Do you want to go up to the cab and check it out?
I'm going to radio to Engels because I don't know what's going on down there.
Okay.
So can't get Engels.
You radio Engels. Engels, your radio's going off as Mac is trying to.
So's my face. That was why I tried to poke the
I mean, are we confirming that the acid hit you in the face?
It hit me in the face.
It can hit you wherever you want it to hit you.
Happen. Look,
Does it
Phantom
affect
of the
your
Opera
access?
mask and
Phantom of the
everything.
Opera mask, okay.
I'm just going to walk over and acid him in the face.
So, Engels, your radio's going off on your belt. You've had acid on the face. Mac's trying to smack your face better.
You're trying to put it out like a
right
fire.
there. We've let
The medic's standing right there, looking at it. The acid is hissing on the floor through the metal grating.
Because I was reaching out for the thing to try and catch it, so I guess I would have got acid splash up
think
the
that's
arms.
Probably on
spiral.
it's probably on your hands or your arms, maybe more than your face.
Yeah, I'm not talking like utter melty face,
Yeah,
but
just a
like
few bits.
up the inside of the arms and a few spots on the face.
I mean, if
Getting
something
a
was
bit Indiana
hissing,
Jones.
I mean, if something was hissing, I think Mac would at least have had the minor knowledge to pour water on it.
Okay, so you're
So-
going
I
to
don't know if that
empty
would
your
help,
water
would it?
supply onto the acid.
I'm going to empty the water supply onto.
Are you going to drink some of it first?
No, I've got a different bottle for that.
Am
I went to the bar earlier.
Am I allowed to
Mac's
intervene
special
at all?
You've all just been in combat, so you do need to make a water supply roll
Okay.
because you may be thirsty.
Oh!
I'm going to use that free
So
reroll
you
that I got earlier.
you're okay. You can if you want to. Yeah. I mean, you're about to upend it on the alien anyway, aren't you?
That's
Still
fine.
got one. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
quaff a load of the water because you're like, oh my god, this is stressful, and then you pour.
I'm pouring it onto
Okay.
Engels. Onto
Okay.
Engels. I'm basically trying to stop
Onto
it from
Engels.
burning.
Okay. So are you
Yeah.
emptying it, or are you just putting?
Yeah,
the
I'm
bit
emptying
out?
it.
Okay, right. So your
right
water
now-
supply is now 0.
Yeah, I mean, a part of me assumes that I'm going to be able to go get more water in a minute, and I have a bottle of whiskey stashed as well from the bar earlier.
Sure.
So but more importantly, Engels is burning, and that's my primary goal is to try and stop that. Not knowing that this is acid and it's probably not going to work.
It's
Can I
worse than
say
that.
anything to say no, don't do that? Given I'm stood right there.
You can make a command roll.
Bloody
Or
hell.
knock it out of his hand. Anything.
Yeah, Police Forever
I'll say
1974 is
this-
saying, is the medic allowed to do anything? It's like, yep, we're just ascertaining what everyone wants to do. So
I apologise in advance for the inevitable fail.
Please don't let the drunk man pour water onto the
I'm
monomolecular
afraid
acid on my
I've-
face.
okay,
I'm
however,
afraid
so what happens is it's up to Dan. So you shout, don't do that, don't do that. So does Mac stop or does Mac carry on doing it? Or should we make another supply roll with your water to see how quickly you stopped doing it?
Okay, so I would have had 2 water left.
Yep.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I think if the medic is shouting at me, don't
gonna
do that.
Yeah, okay.
Mac is not so. I mean, he acts a bit dense, but he's not that
Okay.
dense that he
Okay,
would.
you're opting to stop. So you
Yeah.
stop.
So
So you've still
I'm
got,
like this, and I'm like,
so you've still got water
What?
too.
he's burning, man. He's burning. We need to put it out.
Put it out.
Mac
We don't
doesn't know
have
what's
anything
going
on
on.
medkit to help with this.
Yes.
I mean,
Put
just-
the
just-
face in the water,
You
not
get
the water
you get a plus
in the
2
face.
on your.
All right.
I mean,
I'm
to put
gonna-
it into perspective, Mac
I'm
has
gonna start
medical aid
treating him.
0. He has no knowledge of medical aid whatsoever.
Oh, crap.
You pass, you panic.
You pass, but you panic. Okay, so that you going over to heal the acid.
Someone's
And
having a
it's like a-
PTSD moment.
It's a really horrible wound, and it reminds you of.
It's just too much with the shooting, the acid, and the idiot
Absolutely,
trying
you're
to kill
starting
him.
to have a flashback to your unit, and it's starting to affect you. So let's have a panic roll. You do.
I do get -2 to that,
Okay,
so 4.
6 would have been fine anyway.
Okay.
Yes, let's have a look at the medicines. Is it called medicine? What's it called?
It's called medical aid.
Medical aid. Here we go. Medical aid.
Now available in new first aid flavour.
You recover a number of health points equal to the number of successes rolled.
So 1,
So
Yep.
1.
which was all the damage I'd taken.
Yes.
You're now horribly scarred as he sprays stuff on you to heal you.
I think you mispronounced heroically.
Sorry.
Okay, and as this is going on, Engels, your radio is going on your belt. Holder, what are you saying to Engels over the? Because remember, it's just like Engels, come in, and you have to start talking.
I'm just trying to raise him at the moment.
All right, okay, so you're just like Engels, come in, Engels, come in.
Mate, Engels, come on, we've got to get moving. Come on, something weird is going on here.
What do you hear?
There's
What
some
do you mean something weird?
Well, your radio, are you going to
fucking
click?
egg. There's some egg thing and all this slime. Seriously, I'm freaked out. We need to just get to the monolith, scan it, and get the fuck out of here.
What are you talking about, Holder?
There's an
You
egg
can
and
you
there's
can clearly hear
slime.
that's Mac talking to you
Well,
now.
one of you will have had to have picked the radio up. So, Mac,
Yeah.
you'll pick the radio up to answer.
Yeah,
it,
while Shepard's doing medical
exactly,
aid.
Mac.
exactly.
Mac, put Engels on.
Engels' face is burning off, man. What do you mean there's an egg?
There's a fucking egg. There's a big egg.
No
Well,
wonder I'm
like a
panicking.
chicken egg?
Bigger than that.
Ostrich.
And it's like I don't know, made of skin or leather or something, and it's open and there's stuff coming out of it. And
What? I'll let you tell you about my situation right now. Engels' face is melting off. We got a man with his chest blown open, and there's a little snake thing with giant little teethies, and it's got acid for blood. Don't talk to me about no egg.
And we'll cut to Rose. Rose, what are you doing?
I'm going to get on the radio and just say, so you guys got this under control then? I'm going to head out to go and check on the guy outside. I think that might be Ross. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so you're going to go out the door as you're doing that.
Yeah. So my panic levels. So basically, I just saved. As far as I'm concerned, I've just saved Bezik's life. So
Right.
I'm like well happy with myself.
Okay, you're
I've
not
achieved.
okay. You're not super stressed right now.
Well, no. I was super stressed all the way up to the point where I'm actually I know he's not dead, and he's not having his face torn
Okay.
off.
Yeah. No, he's not. Okay, so you go out. The Bezik's like, okay, and he's like, when it's all clear, I'll head over to living quarters.
Yeah.
He says, I could go out the door here, and
I say, well,
someone's just said, yes, split up.
I'm going out the door here.
Okay.
So if you want to go out the door,
I
you
could
can
just
go back
cut round
in
to the
through
survey garage. Yeah,
that's fine.
I'll do that. You cover? Can you keep an eye out for me while I just leg it over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you open the door, and you step outside. He runs off back round towards the survey garage. And assuming you shut the door behind you.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So you shut the door behind you. You guys all hear in the distance. And you start to head out. Which way round the wall are you going?
This way. I'll go this way around the wall.
Okay, right. So you get to
I suppose
there.
It doesn't really. I'd probably go that way because that seems to be road.
Okay, yeah, that's
Don't know
an
what the other
even
stuff
surface
is.
and better for you to run on. The rain is coming down heavier. The sky is dark, and in front of you, the large all-terrain, rover vehicle has got, the lights are coming on inside it. Someone is powering it up.
Okay.
And make observation rolls. An observation roll, sorry, Rose.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I'll do it.
I don't know what because I have to close my character
You got
sheet.
5 successes.
So basically,
So-
you can know
I
whatever
can-
you want to know.
I
So
can
you
ask you all the
see
questions.
Holder's DNA. No, it's like an episode of CSI where you're like, you know.
Oh, you held up a UV light.
You see Holder in the actually off the large wing mirror of the cab. You
Yeah.
see the reflection of Holder inside the cab of the rover, like
Yeah.
getting things ready.
Yeah.
The over by the fuel depot, you can just see past it to the fuel depot. You can
Yeah.
see these large containers that Holder referenced earlier on. They're kind of like stacked up next to it. And because you're so eagle-eyed and there's like a flash of lightning at just the right moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, Engels said earlier on. Sorry. There's a flash of lightning at the right moment. You can see that there's like some kind of gap between some of them. It looks like someone could probably fit through there, and maybe to some sort of stash, or you're not sure.
Okay.
It's a kind of thing like someone dodgy in an industrial area might hide something in between lots of containers in your kind of experience.
Okay. Well, I'll tap on the side of the because Holder may well be on a different radio frequency. I don't know what frequency he's on. Is there like a com button on the side of the rover? Can I like?
Yeah, because it's that
talk?
big in a vehicle that you would need to be able
Yeah.
to talk to whoever's inside it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say, Holder, I'm going to go check out the fuel depot.
Mhm.
There's a rogue guy, and I think he's out that way. You know, are you okay?
Yeah, just hurry up.
He's got to betray you quicker. Just
He's on a schedule.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we
I'll
haven't all been
just,
impregnated yet.
I'll just carry on.
Okay,
The
as you
schedule
move,
of
as you
death.
Your betrayal is scheduled for 2 p.m.
as you move up beyond the rover, you
Yeah.
can see now your super observation roll. You can see the last kind of disappearing trace of kind of footprints. There's like a trace of blood
Yeah.
and the rain is just kind of washing it away.
Yeah.
Which means it must have been very recent, going towards the rover.
Oh, there's a blood trail going towards the rover.
Yep. From the fuel
shit.
depot.
From the fuel depot.
Yeah, you kind of got like halfway to the fuel depot
Yeah.
by the time you see that.
Okay.
Okay, Holder, you've got the vehicle all set up, and it's on. The engine is going, and it's all humming and everything's ready to go. Back in the labs, Shepard, you've tended to Engels, sorted out the superficial nature of the burns and stuff, and put some salve and bandage and that kind of stuff to cover some of the bigger parts. But really, he should be okay. And Mac, I assume you're trying to calm down. You are
He's opened a bottle of whiskey.
okay. Cool.
He's taking a little swig.
I'm going
Minus
to
one
reassure.
stress.
I'm going to reassure Engels that everything's okay. We got to the damage early.
That was
Using
very
a
painful.
calming presence, so you
Your
remove your
calming
point of
presence.
stress.
Excellent. Cool. Okay.
I shall point at Mac and said, maybe a little something for the pain.
And Mac's like, "Are you sure?"
You get -1 to wits rolls though when you drink alcohol. I think it's wits rolls. I'll double check.
Mac doesn't have much in the way of wits, so
We noticed.
I've got 5. I think I might be able to spare one.
Let me double check what alcohol
I've
does.
got 3.
You got 3.
Yeah, he's not so. It's not.
He's not as stupid as he looks.
No, I keep saying that.
Imagine that said, keeping my stress at this
Isn't he,
level might
though?
be good for rolls.
It might be. What's your stress?
4.
Is that after I removed one?
No. Oh, have you removed one?
He's
Yeah, I
calming
used calming
presence.
presence.
He,
Okay, well, I'll just have a little
Gently.
swig of whiskey rather than like
So you're not actually like
a massive
consuming.
drag.
You're just
No,
having
I'm
a
not
little
going to.
dip.
I'm just going to have
Okay.
a little
Cool.
slug. and
Whereas I
that'll do
assume
me.
Mac is having enough for it to count as like, you know,
Well,
like.
yeah, Matt gave it a fairly hefty swig. Not enough to get him absolutely drunk because he's used to drinking, but
Okay.
enough to take the edge off the nerves.
Okay, so Mac, your stress goes down by 1. And you are at -1 modifier to all wits-based skills for the next shift, which is a day.
Oh wow.
I'm drunk for a day.
Well,
Cool.
8 hours. It's like I think it's 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. It's like.
Cool.
You're not drunk. You just got a slight buzz on.
Yeah.
Mac's less nervous now.
Flying's not wits-based, is it?
No, it's agility, so we're fine.
Yes, you can
I
just
can
get
fly.
hammered and you're fine.
Don't fly drunk. There's
might-
got to be some kind of law against that.
Yeah.
It's the sky. There's nothing
There
to
are,
crash
but you're out
into.
on the edge of space.
Not with that attitude.
So what are the three of you doing? You've heard the conversation that Holder had with Mac. The three of you are now in this chamber. This snake thing is on the floor. And
Right,
there is
we
still
need
the
to put
doorway
that
with the
thing-
transponder in for Ross.
If you need to
Um,
put that thing into some
Can I check the motion?
glass or some fluid.
There's not inside this building, there's no other motion other than yourselves.
Okay. I'm just looking at it. There's nothing else moving in here.
No.
But
Engels, there are large containers for minerals and solutions, as they test the, chlorine content of things or,
Right, then I shall
sodium
pull on
content of things.
some heavy gloves.
Yep.
Transfer this body into one of those containers.
Okay.
Has the acid done any damage to the body?
I wouldn't
Minimal.
have thought so.
Okay, so if
No.
we fill it up with a slightly alkaline solution, which would be easy to come up with in a mineralogy lab,
Oh, yeah.
because
Yep.
most rocks tend to be alkaline, don't they?
Hmm.
Have you ever seen acidic blood like that before? That's a new one to me. Nothing
Yeah.
that strong.
The strength of this would be like a monomolecular acid. This was incredibly potent. I mean, something like this alone could be worth billions.
Well, yeah.
They can bill me.
Let's
Right, so
worry
you've
about
got it in a
what
big
it is first.
thing full of liquid,
Big glass container
Yep.
full of an alkaline liquid.
sealed
yeah.
up. Yep.
Yeah.
So this thing is like drifting at the bottom of this tank.
Now I've got to go and do a survey with Holder, but then I get back, I will do an analysis on this thing.
You know, there's about to be a massive storm out there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and go just
but
straight up
it's like
cookie-doo.
when these companies have oversight, he's the boss, So he wants to do a survey, and that's my job here. I'm supposed to do surveys. I mean, if you want to come along, that would be great.
Oh, hell no. I bet you the same place you're surveying is where these guys went surveying. And look what happened to them.
Well, before
ain't
we do
smart.
that, we should go check on Rose, because Rose has just gone out there on his own, and there's still at least one of these lunatics.
Yeah,
alive.
well, they're heading that way anyway. So if we all head out that way.
And we should probably check the room with Thingy's
Yeah, well,
transponder.
let's just open this door.
No. Hell no. Don't you do that.
So you're going outside to catch
I
I
up
was
well,
with
going to
first
open
Rose.
the door that's got the other transponder in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So open that room's door.
There looks like some sort of makeshift sleeping area with kind of, sheets and things and a pillow and like a couple of single mattresses. There seems to be a large scratchy drawing up one wall of like a curving, almost kind of crescent-like structure poking out of rocks. It seems to be some sort of drawing.
Some
and-
form of monolith.
You're not sure. It's like someone has just like used like bits of rock and pens and sharpies and blood and stuff to like do this thing up the wall. It's not quite mashed potato, but it's it has that kind of crazed
worse.
feel about it. And it looks like two people have been staying in here. and there is on the floor. There's like well, actually on the mattress, there's like a big puddle of blood and like a mass, like a little fleshy mass on the mattress.
So that's what's happened to this other guy's transponder. He's cut
ripped
it
it
out.
out.
They're not right in the head.
We cut back to the driving rain outside. And Rose, you've turned around and you can see now, standing in the shadow of one of the large tires of this rover, a figure, and seems to have a bag and a breather on, but the breather seems to have sort of like blood on the interior, and in one hand has like some sort of pick, like to break rocks, but it's like brandishing it up, and like is kind of shaking slightly. You're not sure whether crying or laughing. You can't really hear. The driving rain is so hard. And Holder, you're looking out of the window, like, where is everybody? And you can see Rose has turned round back towards the rover, and you're like, what? And you see this figure step out. So you can see from behind this person holding this kind of pick, and it steps forwards, and it seems to be saying something you can't quite hear. Make an observation roll, Rose, to see if you can hear what this person is shouting over the rain. Like tears in the rain.
5 years in an ISO cube.
Oh, you panic.
Is that a reroll?
You can push.
No, I can reroll.
Oh, have you got a
Got a
reroll?
reroll,
Okay.
yeah.
Did it do it?
He panicked
You
again.
succeeded, but you panicked. Do you want to push to roll
No,
again?
take a panic. No.
Yeah, you've got a face hugger again.
You've got to be panicky in Alien.
Okay,
haven't you?
cool.
I mean,
Right, so
if you're not
you
panicking, you're not playing.
succeed, and you hear him saying over the driving wind, "They're coming because we're bringing them." And he comes forward, and goes to attack you as you panic. So let's have your panic roll.
So panic.
Then add a point of stress on.
Yeah.
All these moments will be lost in rain.
Okay. You keep it together. You're like, what the fuck? This guy's mental. As he comes towards you, the kind of.
So hang on a minute, right? So, okay, it's just really weird that I actually physically must have walked past him when he was at the.
He was on the other side of the rover from you, so you couldn't physically see him.
And it's like the size of a tanker.
It's like a huge vehicle. It's like a Mars,
okay.
huge, like 10 people
okay.
can fit in it type thing on massive wheels.
Okay.
So you stepped out, but your observation roll was so good that you saw his tracks leading behind you,
fine.
and you turned around.
Right.
Hence, he didn't get to just smudge you on the back of the head with a pick. I don't know why I said smudge, but anyway. Right, so you turn around, and he's going to come towards you. So we're going to have initiative between you and I.
Yeah.
We seem to always end these episodes with a hand-to-hand combat with Rose. Let's show this, and let's deal you a card. Deal one card to Simon and one to me. Deal. Oh, hang on. Ran out of cards. Here we go. Recall. Recall all. Shuffle. Shuffle deck. Deal.
Ooh, the magic at work.
I know. It's seamless. You wouldn't even know. There we go. Right, so what did you get?
5.
I got 7. Right, you get to go first. Lightning flashes across the metal of the pick and across his face. You think he has gruesomely mutilated his own features as well, underneath the mask, and he comes running towards you, and you can see he's got acid burns on his clothing.
Yeah. So
you now got 3 stress, haven't you?
Yeah. Just trying to think.
Okay, so that's a success. However, you can push if you want to. to re-roll any number of those. So you could keep that success and push to re-roll the
Okay.
rest of it.
I don't need to because I do +2. I do 2 damage. So I
Okay.
find a magnum. So I forgot to add the +1.
Oh, roll one
That's
more.
really
Just
silly.
roll one more dice.
Okay, roll 1 more dice.
You can roll a 1d6 on your
Top of your
character sheet.
character sheet, there's a 1d6.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
that's a
found it.
miss.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine because I do 2 damage, so it's not.
Okay,
not a
so
big
you
deal.
like, and you shoot
Yeah.
him, doing 2 points of damage. He will take stress. He will be hurt, but he is not dead.
That's fine.
So he is going to attempt to hit you with his
go.
pick. And let me get to the close combat. Here we go. 91. For those following along at home, if you're still with us. There's still quite a few people with us. Thank you for staying with us, viewers. We're nearly done. Here we go. Right, so if you're attacking in close combat, you can choose to block the attack to avoid being hit. Blocking is a fast action and you roll close combat. You must declare that you're going to block before the attacker rolls for their first strike.
I will block.
Okay, so he's going to roll his close combat, which will be... which stat is that on? Sorry.
Combat.
Strength. So he's got 4 dice. So he got 2 successes. Oh! Do you want to push to re-roll that?
I can't see it.
You got no successes
got
and a
nothing but a
panic.
face.
Okay, I'll push. So that means I
You'll
get another stress.
Do that after, because it will affect your roll if you do it beforehand. So roll again.
Got a success that time.
Success. Okay, so you reduce him down to 1 success. You still panic, so we're going to need a panic roll.
Okay. So I add a stress, yeah.
Yep.
So I add the stress after I've done the panic roll.
8. Oh. Okay, so you take 1 point of damage. Take that. Take that.
I'm trying to think where damage is.
It's
your health
Your
points.
health.
Just tick one off.
one of the health boxes off.
Yeah, but you've got like 6 or 7.
I've got loads of health.
Yeah, because you got the talent tough or something.
Yeah, I'm being panicked because someone's just hit me.
You don't know whether it's the rain, the steel of the pick sticking into your body, this whole strange scenario that's going on around you with these weird creatures and this trouble on this what was supposed to be boring retirement colony. But you start to tremble uncontrollably.
Yeah.
All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops. Okay, so that is going on. Holder, you see this fighting going on outside. Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to leave.
In what way? You're going to start the vehicle?
Start the thing and go. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to start...
Am I outside already in the vehicle?
You're in the cab of the thing.
But the thing is already outside.
Yeah, it's already outside.
Oh,
yeah.
So I can't Ripley style smash it through a wall.
No, unfortunately not. Well, you could just drive through a wall if you wanted to. Right, so you start maneuvering.
I don't want to go back in.
You're going to drive back into the garage so that they can put the shutter down and then you can drive out through it. Okay, so you're going to start. Basically, you have to.
I want to do that, please.
You'll have to reverse and turn to the left so you can get a run at the exit to the base, which is down of the colony, which is down here. So you start to maneuver the vehicle. Rose, you watch.
Your sudden yet inevitable betrayal.
Rose, you watch as the vehicle behind the guy in front of you starts to move away. At this point, Engels, Shepard, and Mac, what are you doing? You're coming out of the labs?
We're heading out.
You guys come out of the labs, and you can get to... let me move one of you. Let me move Shepard. You can get to about there.
Yeah, because we were going looking for.
Yeah, you were doing that already. You were looking for Rose while this was all going on. So you get to that position, and unfortunately, The vehicle reverses in front of you. Well, fortunately for you, the ladder is right there on the side of the vehicle holder. As you reverse, you see, you notice, because the lights of the cab, everything kind of extend out around the vehicle. You see the three other guys come round the corner. Engel's holding a big tank of fluid, I assume.
No, I left that.
Oh, you left it behind. Okay.
Left it behind in one of the labs.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Left it behind for them. Cool. So the three of you
Well, I was
come
going
round
to
the
come
corner.
back and do that.
Yeah, sure. The three of you come around the corner. The vehicle maneuvers, and we go back to the combat between Rose and Ross. Rose, your go.
I will shoot him again. And I will aim.
Okay, so that counteracts your -2 from your tremble.
Is combat and agility there?
Ranged combat is agility.
Yeah.
So I get a -1. So I get a modifier of -1.
So you get
some.
You get -2 for the shakes,
Yep.
and then +2 for the aiming.
Okay.
What about, is there any minuses for being engaged?
Okay, so if I just hit him with my fist, is that agility?
They're not
No,
that
that's
close
strength.
down, they're
Close
about
combat is
strength.
strength. You can just
Okay.
club him with your gun if you want
Well,
to.
there's no point shooting him then. So I might as
Pistol
well just
whip.
hit him with my
Yeah.
So can I aim? Can I do an aim shot with hitting him? No, I will shoot not. I'll just hit him because there's no point trying to shoot him. I'll just
Hit
stress
him.
myself even
Also,
more.
it'll save you fast action in case you need to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You need a
Defend
ranged
myself.
weapon to aim.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
Right in the kisser.
Okay, he's going to try and block
Wow,
you.
right in the kisser.
Oh, he has to say that before I roll the dice.
Oh no! Yeah, good point. He's mad. He's
Yeah.
insane. So he doesn't block you. Too late.
You can block me if you like.
No, it's too late. I have to do it before you roll.
he had plenty of chance to tell you.
Yes, I did. So 3 successes. So you do your basic of 1, but we
combat 1.
what's your I forgot his armor.
Has he got armor?
No, he's naked, but I think you get an armor rating of something. Not naked.
No.
He's
Oh,
in,
now I visualise
he's
him as
in-
very different.
No, he's just
I've
like
got
in
0.
torn clothes. You got 0.
Oh yeah, I've got armor
I've
0.
got
as
0.
well.
Okay, so he's got no armor.
We're wearing
Okay,
clothes.
so I mean, you can dump that all in damage if you want to. You reckon if you did that, you'd probably just kill him?
Yeah, we'll just dump it all into damage. I'm
Okay.
panicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just
I'm
fighting
like-
for
I'm
your
like-
life. You're
Yeah,
trembling.
basically, as far as I'm
And you
concerned.
just slam the front of his face with the butt of your huge revolver. You know that like
Some
like
guy
the,
comes up to you
like the
like he's
Blade
Charles
Gunner.
Bronson.
Yeah.
Break his nose with the butt of your gun.
yeah. And not only do you break his nose, but you cut all the damage he's done to himself. You kind of crush the front of his face, and he falls over backwards, gurgling, grabbing at his neck. You've obviously like truncated
Choked
something
to
in there,
death on his own tongue.
and he hits the deck. The wet concrete kind of splashing around him, and his head cracks on the floor, and he lies still. And the rain hammers down, and I think we will leave the episode there for tonight, and we will pick up with our crew, colony support people, our people next week. Thank you very much, guys. That was a lot of fun. No one's died yet, but everyone's now a bit hurt and a bit scared.
Seriously scared.
A bit stressed.
Hopefully
And a bit
it's
drunk.
building and building. You know, next week's going to be very interesting. Thank you everyone who joined us on the stream, and everyone who watches later on YouTube as well.
As long as I'm Hicks with acid damage and not Drake with acid damage, I'm fine.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Right, excellent. Sorry, that was a lot of fun. That was so much fun. I'm kind of lost for words. Don't forget to check out all our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Insta. Join us on our Discord for all the fun we're having with competitions, games, chats with the cast about the episodes of our shows. And also, if you like the maps that you've seen on the show, then we are giving those to our patrons very soon. I think this weekend I'm going to put those maps up for our patrons, our awesome friends who help us out and support us to make all of this possible. Next week on Tuesday, we have Path of the Pilgrim episode 7. The Pilgrim is firmly on the path, and they participated in a prickly. Oh, I can't remember. I did an alliterative post for it
Oh,
earlier
the
on.
alliteration, yeah.
Yeah.
Cactus fight. They had a punch up with some cacti.
Yeah, they did. That burst out of people's chests, which was a good precursor to the Alien show. And then on Wednesday, we will have the finale of Star Wars. Unfortunately, that was delayed from this week due to a couple of absences in the team, and it's the finale, so they want everybody there. And then obviously on Thursday, we will have episode 3 of LV-832. And I think from now on, we're going to have to say what might possibly be the last episode. We don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the team, yeah, I've been Mother tonight. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you in a week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.